Okay, looks like we are live. Hello everybody, welcome back to the Overwatch Oasis League. We're getting into the nitty-gritty, folks. We are in the semi-finals, and we've got a great game for you today. We've got the 2-seeded Valhalla going up against the 3-seeded Prodigy Noobs, and I am joined by Tenchi, my color commentator.
Hello, hello. How's everybody doing tonight?
And of course, casting tonight is Red Hood Kitty, the always fantastic caster.
Hello.
Yes, and I am super excited for this game. These two teams have been a couple of the stronger teams throughout the season. Definitely, I think we saw a playoff preview of this one earlier this year, and I do believe, yeah, we saw it a couple weeks ago actually, and it was very close. Went to a map 5. Valhalla got the reverse sweep, but now Valhalla, with their new additions that we talked about in their previous game, including Pog, who's in right now, and then Charles, Ziptail, and Reflex as well. It's going to be interesting to see how the Prodigy Noobs are able to make adjustments and come out on top this time.
I was a bit hesitant at the of Valhalla's line at first, but they definitely showed out last week, or was it last week, or was it 2 weeks ago when they played?
Yeah, I guess 2 weeks ago now, yeah.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago, and as you can tell, the fight is already starting out really fast. Both these teams playing Sim, trying to get to that point fast.
Browdaddy is able to take out 2 despite the picks going in favor of Prodigy Noobs at first, and Pog bringing this back as well. It's about a 3v3 on point. We are able to see Stelbell take, or avoid Vitality Field. Both of these teams actually no, the only teleporter that's up is Valhalla's, and that's actually huge as it got them to the point quicker. And they're going to be able to capture the first point. It was looking bad, but they are able to stabilize.
Yeah, that first fight pretty much came down to the teleporter placement. As you can tell, Prodigy did a really good job putting it in the window. Or not Prodigy, excuse me. Was it Prodigy?
Yeah, it was
No, Valhalla, excuse me.
It was Prodigy.
No, Valhalla. In the window?
I mean, Valhalla, sorry, Blue.
Yeah, I was like, hold on.
Oh, it's a really good starting pick.
Ooh.
Antpo takes out Skyzord while he was putting the teleporter down, so now Prodigy Noobs are just gonna wait. They definitely do not want to go into the next fight without the Sim, literally the most important character in this entire team comp.
Yeah, you definitely just that's like a huge degree of damage right there.
No. And they screw up the Sim teleporter, and Browdaddy monstrous shatter. That will be the easiest team fight victory you could possibly see. Browdaddy 4 kills. Can he make it 5? Oh, just moosh. Gonna snag that from him, but still a great play there from Browdaddy, and already a good start for Valhalla, over 55% on this point.
And Kajuda was not prepared at all for that shatter. Yeah, as you can tell, like he just Browdaddy just jumped past him, just got the entire team, and just went down from there.
That grab
Interesting Skyzord starting with the photon barrier, but a great grab by AKA Pog to make sure that that Prodigy Noobs couldn't go through the teleporter, and there's another shatter brought by Browdaddy. That is unbelievable. Already with a remarkable performance here, Browdaddy, and this is looking real good for Prodigy Noobs. Only 1 team fight left for Prodigy Noobs. Sorry, it's looking good for Valhalla. Prodigy Noobs only have 1 more team fight left.
This comp that Valhalla's running right now with the Symmetra May is gonna be super hard to unstick from this point. Like, they have so much point presence.
And then
Browdaddy gets booped in mid-air and takes out Mexiaguay. Cloud Lemon able to get that res though, and now Cable throwing in the tire. Can he find the picks? No, Browdaddy takes it out. He continues to play so well. Blizzard out from Antpo, and this is just looking too good for Valhalla. Kaiju Eli out of mech. He's now on the Diva, probably just to stall. Kaiju Eli out of mech, actually able to take out just Moosh, but Skyzord falls off the map. What happened there? And now it's only the tanks here on point. Kaiju Eli not able to re-mech. Mexiaguaya still doing pretty well on the point right now, but with that wall from Antpo, he's not going to be able to go anywhere. Stelbell, the only one really on the point here. They will take him out quickly, and that will be overtime. So 100-0 here for Valhalla. Great start for them.
That was a very commanding win from Valhalla. Like, they cycled their ults extremely well. They knew exactly what Prodigy wanted to do, and they stopped it every time. Early picks, great ultimate rotations.
Yeah, here you gotta remember that Skysword, before the White Walker situation, Skysword was in White Walkers, so some of the players of Valhalla that were in White Walkers know exactly how he plays. They were expecting the sim, and they went with the sim as well. And Ravioli just went one up.
And it's interesting, it looks like we're gonna see both teams run the sim once again, so Valhalla anticipating Skyzord to even play sim on this point control center, which is not considered a typical move.
And see, Prodigy is playing like a very high damage count with the Symmetra and the Junkrat as well. Valhalla opting for the more utility-based. So it's going to be interesting to see which one gets more value here out of it. This may is going to be a big impact though.
We do see Prodigy Noobs, they're on the point first, which means that the sim is probably going to get more immediate value. Valhalla can't even really contest, and they're just going to concede the point to Valhalla right off the bat. Cable already building up a tire. Is going to be able to find Brow Daddy, but he will go down because Pog was able to get into the backlines and take him down, but Pog going aggressive is going to fall himself. Cloud Lemon with 2 kills, Skyzord with 2 as well, and that will be Prodigy Noobs winning the first fight here, so good bounce back after struggling in the first round.
Yeah, it was a significantly better engagement on the side of Prodigy Noobs. They were able to get the point first with this Symmetra, get her set up, and stop that fight before where he took off. Oh, that's a pretty bad early pick.
Yeah, Cable maybe overextending a little bit there, getting hit by the spam from the sim. There's the photon barrier out from both of the sims. Ravioli Stain is low, but so is Mexiaguaya is down. There's the amplification matrix out from BM. Most support ults actually from Valhalla, as well as the Shatter. So a lot of ults being used by Valhalla. They will be able to reclaim the point, but 50% on the board here for Prodigy Noobs.
I gotta say, Brow Daddy is playing out of his mind right now. Like, that entire first point, he completely dominated. It was very one-sided because of him and the big plays he was making with his space he was creating, as well as the ultimate landing.
Well, Kaiju Eli will have the chance in the next team fight to land the Shatter as he is getting his online. Cloud Lemon also has that sound barrier, and we are going to see Prodigy Noobs, they're rotating through the white room onto point. They're trying to get that sim in position, but Cable goes down first again. That is unfortunate here, and Cloud Lemon gonna use the sound barrier. I don't know if it's gonna be enough. Both the grab and the blizzard being used from Pog and Antpo. Brown Daddy able to take out Kaiju Eli, and it's looking like Valhalla will remain in control of this point.
And Cable's having a lot of trouble trying to even just getting to the fight to begin with. Like you mentioned before, he's picked off twice now before a fight even began, and they just lose on so much damage. So, and the wall comes on him, is it? But yeah.
Ooh, both Shatters get blocked actually, and there's the Graviton Surge. They take out the Immortality Field, and Cable gets 2 with the tire. That is exactly what Prodigy Noobs needed, and it looks like they will easily retake the point here. Just a little over 70% here for Valhalla that they were able to get on the point. So here we go, a lot of ults used by Prodigy Noobs.
Valhalla's coming in with some very big ults, including the sound barrier, which is probably gonna be the difference maker here, especially to match his coalescence.
But look at this, Kaiju Eli already very close to another Shatter, maybe lapping Brow Daddy here. There's the Photon Barrier out from Ravioli, saying great wall from Skyzord now on the Mei. Brow Daddy is going to still use this to go aggressive, does have to be careful, is incredibly low. The Immortality Field is out from Beant, as well as just using the Sound Barrier and a nice Shatter, but it only really gets Ampo and Brow Daddy able to take out Skyzord, so the team fight's still up for grabs. Cable getting very close to the tire, and Ampo goes down. Here's the tire coming out from Cable. Can they find a way to take it out? They don't even need to. It gets Brow Daddy somewhat low, and Pog is low as well. So now Cable gonna try and go aggressive with the space that he's made by damaging the tank so much. And there's the Shatter from Brow Daddy. It got booped. So Kaiju Eli was easily able to block that. And it does look like Prodigy Noobs are gonna close this one out. AKA Pog's grab likely won't get a lot of value because of Cloud Lemon's sound barrier. And here we go, Just Moosh. They just have to take out them, and they will have Control Center on lock, and we are going to go to the tiebreaker on Night Market.
That engagement was very clean on the side of Prodigy Noobs. As you can tell, like they switched over to May from Symmetra, which was definitely the switch to make there. Just so you have some more sustain on point, as well as some more pressure to put on Browdaddy.
So now here we go. Tiebreaker here on Leash Young Tower, and another. Now this is the other one that you typically see a lot of sim play, but neither team showing it right now, which is very interesting.
I think right now this is coming into like those players on Valhalla know what Skyzord wants to play. Oh, but we do see the sim coming out on the side of Valhalla now.
Yep. They're gonna see Antpo. Ravioli Sane was actually the one on it in the previous round. Here we go, they're gonna teleport to point first. They even have the Lucio. They are immediately gonna get set up, so now it's up to Prodigy Noobs to try and dissect this, find a way to be able to crack this open. Skyzord on the Pharah. No immediate hit scan here for Valhalla. That might be a problem, but a nice wall into Kaiju Eli, and Valhalla follows up on it. That is a huge pick. You cannot fight this without your main tank, and Prodigy Noobs know what, they're just gonna back up.
I get that point really easy. But I want to see how much impact this Pharah is going to have. Like you mentioned earlier, Valhalla has no answer for it at the moment. So if this Pharah is able to get going, it's going to be really hard to stop her.
Yeah, Skyzord almost has the ultimate ready. Only 10% away. Browdaddy getting the bubble, trying to trade fire strikes with Kaiju Eli. There's the Icicle forced out onto Ravioli Stain. That might give Skyzord on a bit of a chance here, but he is going to remain patient. Kaiju Eli already taking a lot of damage. Doesn't quite have the BAP healing, and there it is from the back line. Skyzord able to get 2 with the Sound Barrier. They are going to use the Tire as well. It's actually going to get taken out by Pog. Fight's not completely over after Kaiju Eli gets frozen, but after he gets unfrozen, he will get 2 kills. And that will be Prodigy Noobs able to capture the point for themselves here, but they did use both DPS ults in order to do it.
Maybe a bit of overcommitment from the side of Prodigy Noobs. I don't think that Tire was really needed. There was already 3 down. It was essentially a 1 fight. Probably some miscommunication, probably. I don't know.
Well, it's definitely one of those things where right now it actually kind of feels like Tire is a bit of an expendable ult because Beant has been on this Baptiste the entire time, and they haven't been getting a whole lot of value. So if you want to make sure you clean up that fight, especially against a team like Valhalla who can turn around team fights, it's maybe not the worst thing in the world.
Just the thought of knowing that there's Shatter gets 1.
Not a whole lot of follow-up right away, but Kaiju Eli is down. Beant, though, down on the side of Valhalla, so it's still incredibly close. Ravioli Sane throwing in the Blizzard. Oh no, Mexiguay not going to get away, but Browdaddy's here too. Ooh, Cloud Lemon not able to get the res, but Stelbell with 2 picks. Hello. A DPS honor right here, aka Pog with the 1v1 against Cable, throwing in the grab, whiffs the grab, and that's gonna possibly lose them the fight. That could have turned it around. He was high charged, and
the grab got caught on the Junkrat trap.
Are you serious?
The grab got caught on the
I've never
Junkrat
seen
trap.
that.
What was that? I've never seen anything. I didn't know that was possible.
That's crazy, unbelievable. Wacky hijinks here in the postseason, getting so close to the semifinals. So here we go, pretty much last fight territory for Valhalla, and they're gonna initiate with the Sound Barrier. That's pretty much gonna give a free grab to Mexiguaya. Shatter, Nano from Eli, not gonna get a whole lot of value right off the bat. Here comes Cable with the Tire, it gets 3! That might close it out here, folks. Mexiguaya even still has the Graviton Surge. They aren't even gonna need it. In fact, they should just use it on Pog, make sure he can't touch. He can't even touch. And that will be Prodigy Noobs taking the first map. It's looking a little dicey there on Gardens, but they respond really nice on these last 2 and get a map win on one of Valhalla's map picks. Remember, the higher seed gets to choose the first map. That's actually huge for these playoff games.
Yeah, B-Ant was just a hair too late on the Immortality field. It just led to everybody dying from that Riptire, which is honestly the first impact it's had in its entire map so far.
Impeccable.
And it's interesting because it never really felt like Kaiju Eli was ever to get the tank battle back in his favor, but definitely Sky Zord and Cable were killing it on the DPS, building up their ults incredibly fast, and man, Stelbell with some great Ana plays, just overall.
Yeah. Oh, 100%, yes. Stubbo
Been
definitely
a
like,
sneaky player for this Prodigy Noobs team. You know, joined the team about midway through the season, I believe. I think their first game was against We The Ops. Were you there, Kitty, for that one? That was me and Charles and you, right?
Sure.
But, yes, Stelbell has been a very great addition for this Prodigy Noobs team.
Yeah, I don't think on that third point, I don't think Stubbo died at all, and it was in fact getting kills themselves.
So now Valhalla gonna need to respond here. They get the map pick because they lost the map, but it hurts to lose on your map pick because that'll just put you at a disadvantage for the rest of this series, because no matter what, at this point, you're gonna have to close it out on an opponent map pick, which is always a less than ideal situation.
Yeah, that's very true. You never want to be on the backseat, especially like you said, like especially on your first map pick. That's just bad vibes all through it.
Well, luckily for Valhalla, this is not the lineup they have to run with the entire time. They have plenty of people on the bench, including BX Hunter, who usually plays off-tank for this team. Actually usually plays main tank. I think we saw Pog come in because they wanted Brow Daddy to play main tank on this map, and if we see BX Hunter come in, that'll signal Brow Daddy gonna go to the off-tank and play probably D.Va, I would assume D.Va or Zarya.
But even for someone that isn't their main tank, Bro Daddy did relatively decent.
He can play main tank as well.
Okay, gotcha. Well, let's say like he was quite good.
Yeah, no, he was definitely making plays, especially there on Gardens, and even on Control Center, he was still making some good plays. Definitely, Brow Daddy definitely, you could argue, has been the MVP for this Valhalla team this whole season. He's just been rock solid at no matter what role they play. So many MVPs this season on that tank role. And I think must be a pretty good in-game leader from the times that I've talked with him and played with him, and he just seems like that good captain in-game leader to help the team play at their highest potential.
I got a grudge against Prodigy Noobs since they beat us, but you know, it's fine. We'll make do.
Oh my god.
But yeah, you also cannot talk about the tank battle without mentioning Mexi Aguaya, who I think is the tank MVP of Tier 3 this season. Just every single game, consistent performance after consistent performance. We have actually seen Mexi Aguaya go to off tank a lot more recently, and they've been just as good on that as they've been on main tank all season.
So someone that has played against Mexi in the main tank battle, he definitely knows what he's doing. It's a very tough matchup. I'll keep it real with you. he knows what he's doing. He's definitely a strong player.
That's exactly why we picked you up for that game, because I didn't want to face him.
Sheesh.
Yeah, definitely Mexi in any of the Prodigy Noob lineups just always makes such a huge difference. Like, it doesn't, like, Kaiju Eli and Mexi here look really, really good. Alright, we have gotten our map choice, which is Hollywood from Ravioli State. And Prodigy Noobs have decided to defend first. That one.
Yes, and I 100% see why. They have been one of the masters this season at the full hold. They'll play double shield comps with maybe a Sim and a Junkrat. We'll see who comes in to play. I mean, they've got little Ares on the bench, who typically is the one who plays Sim for them, although bringing in Sky Zord from White Walkers, obviously you have another player who is very, very good at Sim.
Jeez, so many sim players, God. But yeah, if they do stick with the double or go with the double shield here, it'll be interesting because like double shield is in a not like the most powerful state it's been in. That's why you see like double bubble and rush being like the predominant comps of choice. So I mean, we'll see what happens with it, but I'm not super optimistic at the moment with it. But then again, I've never seen these teams play double shield, so.
Well, we want to have Valhalla twice. What the heck? Prodigy Noobs have been known to play double shield, especially when they have they'll move Mexi to main tank and they'll put someone like, I think it was at Simsbury on the Sigma. But usually they switch it up to a Divas. Like,
Yeah, Sleep Shake usually comes in to play the Sigma. Although, I believe Kaiju Eli also played it earlier in the season as well. But, yeah, they would probably have Mexi be on Orisa and Sleep Shake be on the Sigma. So we are going to see BX Hunter come in here for Valhalla, almost certainly signaling that Brow Daddy will head to off-tank. Ooh, and we're gonna see not PowerPoint come in here for Valhalla, who was absolutely fantastic in their game against Diving Phoenix.
This dude was insane.
And the only reason why I don't quite have them in the conversation for DPS MVP is because they haven't played it as much. They actually started to play a lot of tank towards the middle of the season, so it doesn't feel quite as fair to compare them, you know, with the likes of Rusha Rose, Senior McFluff, Uravity, you know, players that have been playing DPS pretty much all season in every game on 75% of the maps that have played just as good as Not PowerPoint. But man, when Not PowerPoint is in, he is definitely one of the most dangerous DPS in Tier 3.
And honestly, you may not have him in that conversation, but if depending on like how this performance goes, he might have to.
Oh yeah, for sure. You are definitely correct. And it's just, I mean, if there's ever a time that you want to come alive, it is the playoffs. And Not PowerPoint actually has not gotten a lot of playoff experience. They did get some last year. They made it to the semifinals, but other than that, they were on Voltaic Punks and Zenitas in Season 2 and 3. Neither of those teams won a playoff game, so, you know, we maybe haven't seen the full extent of what Not PowerPoint can do when it comes to these clutch moments.
Well, it seems like he's on the team now that, you know, is definitely one of the stronger ones. So we'll see if he's able to, you know, show out today and perform. Because I mean, like I say, he did it like 2 weeks ago, and I have no doubt he's gonna do it again.
we are having Rusha come in actually for DPS this map. This map is really good for Pharah, and I think they play Hitscan as well in Hanzo, so.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we see maybe a Sim Hanzo, maybe. That could be a likely thing to see, especially with Little Aries and Rusha Rose coming in. Yeah, I'm very excited for this DPS battle, aka Pog, Not PowerPoint versus Rusha Rose and Little Aries. Whew. Got some real heavyweights here in terms of the DPS battle. We're in for a treat on this one. One more player that I don't think we've mentioned yet is Charles Seventang, also coming in to play some support. We'll see what they do with Beant here.
Charles, yeah.
Yeah, on the topic of Charles Seventang, don't forget to follow his Instagram, which is, as his name says, Charles Seventang.
We saw Charles play against Pizza Planet, the Lucio, and the dude's cracked on the frog. All right, just call it what it is.
Oh, but you haven't seen his Zen. So his Zen is ridiculous.
That's what I'm thinking. Since Beant was playing a lot of BAP, I almost wonder if Charles is coming in to play Zen to get that BAP Zen, which is sneakily one of the best support duos in the entire game right now. Maybe not with every single comp, but with just like a standard, brawl comp with maybe a Rein Diva or Rein Zarya, like, it doesn't get much better. High healing and high damage. I mean, that's exactly what you want from your support duo.
Honestly, looking at like this Valhalla lineup, I get the impression they're gonna be leaning more towards the rush like / brawl comps with the Ryan Diva, with the Lucio as well. And if Prodigy Noobs does commit to this double shield, that double shield might have a hard time.
And perhaps that's kind of what they're thinking about, is trying to pick a map that maybe isn't a strength to play double shield, but maybe isn't a bad enough map to not play it. And they're trying to get Prodigy Noobs to play that double shield so that they can play, more of a rush comp in order to, get a good start to the map and maybe snowball it all the way to the end.
And this is all assuming that Prodigy Noobs does go with the double shield, but if they do, and Valhalla can force them to mirror, Valhalla's gonna be in a really good position to just like steamroll the map and just get the snowball rolling, like you said.
Like one of our famous commentators of Oasis would say, they're just building up the script. They meant to lose map 1.
Oh, true.
Well, yeah, if Valhalla are able to bounce back on this map, we are guaranteed a map 4 tonight, which unfortunately it's been a little rare to come across those so far in the playoffs. Only one, and it involved this Prodigy Noobs. Obviously, I don't want to scar you guys too much, as that was the game. That was 3-1. Prodigy Noobs beating Cosmic Omnix, but that was definitely the closest game of the semifinals. But I gotta admit as well, like, we casted the Valhalla Diving Phoenix game, and even though it was a 3-0,
it's both readies.
Diving Phoenix did play quite well, I think, all things considered, especially against Valhalla, who maybe are considered the favorite to win it all right now.
I think most of that was due to like the lack of experience some of the Valhalla players have playing with the newer guys.
Mm-hmm.
But like as you saw, like once Valhalla got going and like refining their step, you weren't stopping them.
So now here we are, Hollywood. Once again, I'm just so interested to see what team comps they want to run, and it's a constant back and forth of trying to find counter comps. You almost wonder if maybe Prodigy Noobs is thinking about avoiding double shield just because they know that the rush might come out here on the side of Valhalla, and we'll see in just 1 second.
Yeah, it looks from initial looks, it's gonna be a rush from coming out from
kind of a brawl
Prodigy
comp.
Noobs.
Get in here.
Giving us that bait with the Bastion.
I hate it here.
Giving us a Korean there.
They're gonna be playing the double bubble, or not dive.
And one thing I guess I didn't take into account is we actually have Zoomsbury coming in as well, and they typically play Diva and Zarya, not really the Sigma, so that probably should have ruled out the double shield right away. But here we go, dive versus brawl or rush. This should be a good one.
And not power point on that Widow, so let's see if we can get some opening picks here.
I don't think he's gonna commit to it.
Well, he does only have one shield to contend with right now. Obviously does have to be careful for the Diva, but is gonna kind of hang out in the back lines here. We already see Valhalla able to get up to the high ground right now. Charles is on that Zen as we were predicting. And yeah, look at this. A lot of space given up by Prodigy Noobs already. Immortality Field also expended early by Tiny Shiny there, but Brow Daddy gets caught in Cafe, and BX Hunter trying to jump away isn't really able to survive in their own bubble. Now PowerPoint did get one pick onto the
Charles too.
Diva. Still relatively close. Yeah, and with the res onto BX Hunter, they're going in, yeah, and they take out Zoomsbury, not able to get back in mech, was very close, and yeah, it actually does look like Valhalla is going to be able to win this first team fight.
Charles single-handedly turned that fight around on the Zen.
I told you hadn't seen the Zen yet. You were talking up his Lucio, you needed to see the Zen.
Well, looks like I have some competition here for best Zen in Tier 3, but as we continue, we are going to see Valhalla, they're going to continue to try and go aggressive here. They've already claimed the high ground. This is, once again, going to make it tough for Prodigy Noobs.
But this support line coming up from Valhalla's an interesting one. Typically, you'll see like either a Brig or an Ana paired with the Zen. They're on a Mercy.
Well, in a classic dive like this, I think you do actually typically run the Mercy, especially when you don't really need to pocket anyone.
No, they're playing dive with the Mercy.
Yeah. Oh, what did I say?
Hey, you said Brawl.
Oh, sorry about that. I meant to say
That's a huge shatter.
There's a shatter from
But the
Mexico,
trans!
but good response on the Transcendence. It's also going to block the Blizzard as well. And Rusha gets headshot by not PowerPoint. Fight still up for grabs, and Cloud Lemon gonna commit the sound barrier as well. Doesn't look like the Diva Bomb committed by Brow Daddy is going to find anything either. And we are kind of seeing a bit of a stalemate in this fight right now, but Mexiaguaya gets the
down.
Discord Orb and is melted. They, Prodigy Noobs could have had a chance to stabilize there, but maybe Mexiaguaya going a little more aggressive than they should have, and Valhalla are going to continue moving this point.
And Mexi pushed up very far there, like you said, a lot farther than he should have, and he ended up getting super punished for it. And he just kind of turned it around from there.
Well, I think it was more because there was a lot committed into that bomb. They committed, like, Mexi had his shield up and they committed the wall and the immortality field.
So are we able to see Mexi take out Charles, and
Charles
is going to get taken down by the Diva Bomb. I don't think this is going to be a team fight victory for Valhalla, especially with Brow Daddy also going down, and that will be Prodigy Noob stabilizing here, but still over 3 minutes in the time bank for Valhalla to get this to point B.
Tiny.
The sleep dark kill. Oh no. Oh no. That's unlucky.
You hate to see it.
That was a good stagger. Coming out from Tiny and Cloud.
So now, here we go. No swaps yet, really, on the side of Valhalla. They're going to stick to this dive comp, and it's a good idea because they already take out Mexiaguaya, but Biant is down too, so no res available. Pog able to take a little Ares, but Zoomberry with a successful dive onto not PowerPoint. It's a 4v4 right now.
They might
Rusha
be
has
switching,
the Deadeye.
honestly. PowerPoint?
Yeah,
there it goes. Yeah, that's Swap
yeah.
McCree. That's what they used. They just kind of stood there.
And they're still kind of committing, and Rusha goes down. There's the Diva Bomb. It's not going to find anything. But Prodigy Noobs, they're on the back foot. Zoomsbury out of mech. This isn't looking too good, but a nice anti-nade coming out from Tiny Shiny. In response, BX Hunter going to pop the Primal Rage, able to take out Tiny Shiny. Zoomsbury is able to re-mech, but not
And
for
immediately
very
out
long.
of mech.
Yeah, they will get
He tried to drop
immediately
the mech
bursted down.
He tried to drop the mech on Pog and missed.
Nope. You hate to see it. Nope, the cart. Proud Daddy.
That will be point B being captured here by Valhalla. And they're going to continue to go aggressive. Pog trying to get the pulse bomb kill, not able to get anything. Little Ares takes him out and punishes that aggression. So now Prodigy Noobs going to roll forward here, try and officially stabilize. But look at the stun by not PowerPoint, immediately taking out Mexiaguaya. The mines actually do have the Mercy and the McCree on the side of Valhalla kind of zoned off, but unfortunately most of the mines are now out of the way. Zoomsbury throwing in the Diva Bomb. It's not going to find anything. The Transcendence is committed, probably not needed, as that wouldn't have saved anyone from the Diva Bomb anyway, and we do have Mexiaguaya, who is unfortunately going to leave the game, so we will have a quick pause.
The change from the Widow to McCree was definitely the play. As you saw, Mexi immediately got taken out on the ball, and that's just huge value from the jump from not PowerPoint.
I think Charles just didn't want to die to a bomb again. That's why he popped trans. Because he wasn't in the bubble, so he's like, nope,
No,
not
no.
again.
And then that last fight, Charles died to Mexi on the ball, and then Ant died, or B Ant died to the bomb.
No, so did Charles the first time.
I did not. No. Charles was killed by Mexi on the ball.
And to be fair,
He wasn't on ball yet. He was on Reinhardt.
No, he was on ball. I'm telling you.
The first
Go back and watch and see it. Continue. Go ahead.
I will bet you $5 that he died by the bomb. They were in the same corner.
I bet you my next paycheck.
Anyways, continue.
but what I was gonna say is that perhaps Transcendence in this situation is actually a bit of an expendable ult, as the only thing that really it could be used to counter is Little Aries Death Blossom, which can also be countered by Brow Daddy's Defense Matrix and not PowerPoint's stun. So perhaps, just keeping that Zen alive, keeping that spam in the fray and that Discord orb too, like, honestly, that might have been the play if he felt like he was going to die to the Diva Bomb.
I mean, even putting that aside, Trance is almost as good of an initiating ult as Sound Barrier is, if not kind of better because it lasts a lot longer. So I mean, they didn't really do anything with it though. It was kind of just tossed out. I wish they would have like gone up and tried to get some value with it or pushed forward. They're not down anybody, so I don't think there's a reason to not do so.
Definitely, I think probably an uncommunicated Transcendence, just spur of the moment trying to save themselves. Probably said something like, "Oh, let's go aggressive with this," but since he didn't call it out earlier, they didn't really have everyone on the same page.
That happens from time to time, Just ultimates, you'll get them back eventually.
So we do see Mexi Aguaya did return to the game. Just gonna wait for the confirmation.
Yep, they're both
for these
good.
teams.
Both ready.
Okay, there we go. So Valhalla are gonna have a little bit of an advantage. Actually, Cloud Lemon's gonna pop the rally here. They're not really going too aggressive with it right now, but they still have a lot of shield. Rusha with the nano and the high noon, but it's not gonna find anything. AK Pog does go down. That's a good kill for Rusha. That's massive. And B-Ant probably is not going to be able to res that. Little Aries does have to be careful. Does get the proper healing from Shiny, but Rusha does not. Charles 7 Tang absolutely dominating on this Zen right now. But BX Hunter trying to go in, does get taken down. Might have to consider swapping off the Monkey with the Reaper in play. We do see B-Ant able to get that res though. That's massive, especially with BX Hunter very close to the Primal. Look at this! 2 more picks in favor of Valhalla. There's not PowerPoint. Getting most of it eaten by Zoomsbury. Good play by Zoomsbury to peel for the rest of their team. Little Aries gonna have to use this Death Blossom sooner rather than later. Mexi Aguaya screws up the pin, and Little Aries gonna get stunned by not PowerPoint. The bubble was even put down by BX Hunter anyway, and that will be a great attack here on the side of Valhalla, looking to tie up the series.
Okay, so I didn't see during that res that was going on, was Mexi about to die or anything like that? Why? I didn't see what happened. Did he back up or like?
What do you mean?
I don't know why.
That res?
Yeah,
no, he was shooting at it, but she was in Valk, so she just
he was hitting her. He had to just swing it one more time. He does 85 damage. She was dead. He didn't swing again. I don't know why.
I don't know. I guess he just backed up.
They lost the fight because of that.
No, I think she got the res before she could even like, and then after she got the res, she just flew away.
I feel like he could have killed her. That was definitely close. If anything, it was very close.
And you definitely would favor the trade of taking out the resing Mercy if it means you also die, because that's still a one-player advantage, because Mexi Aguaya ended up going down very quickly anyway.
Yeah.
Also, there was a moment where Brow tried to throw his bomb, but he didn't activate the boosters. Like everybody in Prodigy was in one corner. He was gonna throw it, and he just kind of left that bomb in the corner.
Yeah, to see. Oh wait, that was on the McCree.
Huh?
That was the one that was like sit in front of the McCree.
Yeah.
Unlucky.
Now we got the famous PowerPoint Widowmaker again, now on defense.
So here we go, Rusha on that Pharah. Yeah, double birds comp for Prodigy Noobs. Not a whole lot to try and take out Rusha, but nice job by not PowerPoint. Immediately going to get rezzed by Charles. Rusha did get that pick, but not in position to follow up on the res. We do see Prodigy Noobs still kind of committing to this while. Oh, not PowerPoint. Oh my goodness!
Stop it.
2 kills.
They have families.
I think they need to get off the double birds comp right now and.
Oh, Rusha's choosing to go onto the Widowmaker. Oh, but PowerPoint's all the way in the back. They're not gonna get sides on him.
Little Ares does genuinely need to be careful when trying to poke here, as one shot will take off their head and render them completely useless. Mexiaguaya is going to go to the Wrecking Ball. I think he's a little more comfortable on that than the Winston, and he is going to go up to try and dive. Not PowerPoint, and that's a great coordination with Rusha. Not PowerPoint is down, but Charles once again getting the res. And so now here we go. Not PowerPoint going to try and reposition themselves, but Prodigy Noobs have the positioning on the point right now. Mexiaguaya trying to find those dive attempts. Hog trying to find the picks, and Mexiaguaya goes down. He didn't quite have the proper support. Tiny Shiny even had the nano boost to possibly save them. So here we go. Prodigy Noob still kind of playing this semi-passively, still trying to poke, but we do see Valhalla once again in a good position. Zoomberry trying to dive onto Browdaddy. He's actually all alone, but is able to get back to his team, and Rusha Rose is down. Pog from behind gets one with the barrage. Not too many more. Little Ares is able to take out Not PowerPoint. Immortality Field expended, and Cloud Lemon is able to res Rusha, so possibly still winnable here on the side of Prodigy Noobs. Zoomberry did go out of mech, and Cloud Lemon down to what looked like a possible advantage for Prodigy Noobs is sadly not going to be capitalized on, as Valhalla is able to stabilize, and they didn't even have to use many ults in order to do that. For the last 90 seconds, they have 4 ults.
And Pog is doing so much damage right now that he's relatively not being answered because Rusha had to spend so much time trying to deal with PowerPoint on the Widow and try to take that one, or trying to win that 1v1, and he just got taken out because of it.
Oh no, and
Oh
Little
my.
Ares already down to Not PowerPoint. That will expend the res early. And man, we said 90 seconds, they had 4 ults. They still have a minute in all 4 of their ults. Snoozberry not going to find anything with the Diva Bomb, but will force out the Immortality Field, so not the absolute worst trade in the world. Both of the tanks are pretty low, though. Mexiaguaya does have to be careful. He has the mines ready to go. He's trying to get up to the high ground, but using the adaptive shields, barely has any health. What do they plan on doing here? They're trying to get to the high ground, is able to pop mines, still alive. Cloud Lemon with the Valkyrie, that's huge. Cloud Lemon actually trying to go aggressive on a Not PowerPoint, but Biant gets the Immortality Field back in time. And the picks are going in favor of Valhalla. And I think that's going to be for sure the team fight, and it's going to take a miracle, I think, for Prodigy Noobs to avoid the full hold.
And PowerPoint doing exactly, like, it's pretty much all I was hyping him up to do, to be honest. He's getting consistent picks, getting so much value out of this Widow.
And Mexiaguaya goes too early and doesn't even get the overtime initiated. Valhalla will get the full hold and tie up this series 1-1.
Ooh, Charles.
Yeah, I think this was the double kill at the first point or second. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
one. This is the one that turned the fight for them, and they won.
When did he go in the high ground? What the heck?
He just slowly walked up there and nobody did anything about it.
Oh,
no.
Cloud Lemon caught on the corner. Oh, that is unfortunate. But yeah, Charles definitely right there with Not PowerPoint for MVP of that map. That was great performance by him on the Zen, and even on the Mercy, didn't really die a whole lot as the Mercy.
And honestly, when Rosha switched over off the Widow, when he switched off the Echo or the Far, I think the correct play would have been to go to the Ashe. The Ashe kind of loses to the Widow long range, but you have the potential to tap her as well. So
I don't think Lucia plays Ashe.
Oh, that's unlucky.
I've never seen him play Ashe.
Yeah,
I'm not
Little
sure if
Aries
that's in there.
not much of a hit scan player, if I remember correctly. Mostly plays like projectile characters, especially the Sim.
Oh man. Well,
I could be incorrect, but
Who Little Aries they play? I think I've seen them play the Reaper, Junkrat, Sim, yeah, and
yeah.
mainly Echo as well. Alright, so next we're gonna have Noobs choose our assault map.
Yeah, and Valhalla might have cracked the code here. I mean, having Pog to play on the Pharah and not PowerPoint playing on the Widow, that almost necessitates double hit scan at that point.
yeah, you can't really match a Widow, especially like if, as you saw, like Roche was getting just pretty much smoked by PowerPoint. You kind of just gotta like commit to a dive of some sort and get him knocked out.
So what are we thinking they're probably gonna do? What's usually the Noobs' best assault map, honestly?
I wouldn't be surprised if we go... Well, they did lose Temple of Anubis to Valhalla the last time they played, because that's usually a pretty good map for them. Actually, wouldn't be surprised if maybe we see Volskaya Industries here.
I think been on the ball a lot, so it would make sense.
I think they definitely might. Oh, no, I was completely wrong. Hanamura. I can also see that, because this might be the map where they go ahead and play some double shield. We'll see who comes in to play tank, but if it's Mexiagua and Sleep Shake, I wouldn't be surprised if it's the double shield.
And unless they put in Skysword again, then we'll be seeing a Sem once again. Isn't that what they beat us with? I think we did what Anubis when they played Sem.
No, we played Hanamura.
Hanamura.
We played Sem.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, it was.
And we got smoked
the Sim
because
May.
Yeah. Yeah. God, that was a comp.
Of course, the winner of this game will battle the winner of I Need Healing and Stardust Crusaders in the championship. I'm excited for that game too. You know, Stardust Crusaders obviously are #1 seed in the playoffs, only dropping one game this regular season. And I Need Healing, you know, it's been kind of an up and down season for them, but back when they played, it was a close game. They went to map 5. We've seen I Need Healing be brilliant at times. Like, that is definitely a game that shouldn't sleep on. That could be a close battle.
We'll see what happens. Like as we've already seen so far, the higher seeds are definitely taking the wins. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if that trend continues here, as well as in the I Need Healing match coming up. But I've been surprised before. We'll see what happens. That one is on Thursday, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think with I Need Healing and Stardust Crusaders game, it's just Stardust Crusaders have been looking just really, really tough this season, and I Need Healing is as great as they were when they first came into the league. This season, they've kind of had their hit and misses here and there. Like they either look really, really amazing, or they're struggling with only 6 people.
And of course, their game in the regular season did not have Richard in that one, which is the kind of one piece that Stardust Crusaders added right before the playoffs. And obviously, he's been one of the best main tanks so far this season. So, pretty much all of these teams except for I Need Healing, that we see here in the semifinals really went after those White Walkers players after that situation went down. And, you know, it's the aggressive teams that want to win the championship. And they're going to be probably the ones that we'll see winning it all.
And I think he's not in chat, and I'm sure Charles will see this back, but we picked up the best one, which is Kron Goblin. Just saying. Chillest dude in Oasis.
Oh wait, I got to do the I'll do it next map. But the word of the day in honor of Charles.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, can't forget about the word of the day.
I'll do it after this map.
I mean, you can do it now. They still haven't set up.
Well, we are guaranteed at least one additional map from the 3 guaranteed. Perhaps we'll be even more if we see this go to a draw.
I'm surprised they're Prodigy are choosing to keep Cloud Lemon in, and then swapping out one support. They're running a 57 lineup, so I'm not sure if they could put in Tiny and Katie. But Cloud has been playing really good.
Is Tiny above Cloud Lemon?
I'm not sure if they are.
Because Cloud Lemon has been very good this season. I wouldn't be surprised if they are above the mid-plat. But the story here for Prodigy Noobs is KDB coming in, another acquisition for them right before the playoffs, star support player for Zanchin Tactics. Hopefully gonna try and help Prodigy Noobs get to the championship here, and I think that could be a huge thing for Prodigy Noobs. This could signal to me that they might want to go more towards like a rush comp with maybe Moira Lucio.
Yeah, because from their last lineup, Tiny counts as a 9, which is one number lower than Cloud. But maybe they are feeling that Cloud's doing really great today. He's doing really great right now, so keeping him in might be a really good choice here. And like I did say, they did bring in Sky Sword on for DPS, so we'll definitely be seeing that Sim and Little Aries.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna see the Sim again, with the double shield. I don't remember the support line though. Was it it was Ana and I don't remember what else. I think it was Ana Brig. I don't remember. Basically, they beat us with it.
Yep. Okay, and for Valhalla, ooh, Siptail's coming in.
Looks like the last member of the old White Walkers that Valhalla picked up that are here today to play. Does not look like Reflex is going to be able to play in this game, but yeah, now we have seen all 3 of the White Walkers members.
No, is Reflex in chat, so he can't play because he's boo-boo.
Oh, unlucky.
I'm kidding. He's in chat. I'm sorry, Reflex. Please don't hate me.
Oof. Charles wants to kick me from the lobby because I have a Toronto Defiant logo.
I was trying to think for a second. I was like, wait, nobody has a Toronto Defiant. Oh, Kirby.
I think we should. That is a disgusting team, and we do not condone that kind of
trash
around here.
What? Come on.
Sorry, man. It's just if you're not a New York fan, you're just wrong.
The New York train? Are you kidding me? Yes. They're 1-3.
Jonak is the greatest player of all time, and you will not tell me any different because I will not listen to it.
No, he's definitely not. He's spent only 1 season as like the best flex support
relax.
in the league.
He's still the best support player in the league. Did you see what he did against I forget who he played in the 1v1?
Oh, yeah, Alarm. Well, yeah, I'm not gonna say he's not still incredibly like talented, but there is more to playing flex support in the modern Overwatch game than just being good at aiming. So
I disagree. I disagree. If you can play Zen and you get kills, what more value do you need?
Oh my god, no, not this again.
What?
How you said that we don't need to heal. It's like, no, you don't need to heal if you kill everything.
Look. Exactly.
Oh
I
my
love
God.
that logic because it makes so much sense. You don't need healing if everything's dead. Damage beats healing any day of the week.
Oh no.
we are going to see another member of Valhalla come in for the first time. That will be NYC Takeover, kind of someone they have come in to play a lot of junk, a lot of other projectile players. I would be surprised if we see him not play junk here, at least on the defense for sure. It does look like both the teams are ready.
Yep,
We're going to
so
see
let's...
Valhalla do what Prodigy Noobs did and choose to defend first. Maybe looking for that full hold.
And for anybody who's joining us right now, we are on map 3 and our score is tied 1-1.
Yep,
Not
Prodigy
sure if
Noobs
our bot is
took
being dumb right now and not working, but yeah, that's the score.
Prodigy Noobs were able to
there
take
you go.
Lijiang Tower first
Korea.
map. That was Valhalla's pick, which that was tough, but then Valhalla were able to pick the right map for hybrid and they won on Hollywood. So now Prodigy Noobs get to pick their first map of the series and they're going to go with Hanamura. Let's see if they can retake the lead.
Yep, and Valhalla, right? Yeah, Valhalla coming in with the double shield, pretty much as we expected them to play.
I was actually expecting Prodigy Noobs to play the double shield, not on attack obviously, but yeah, this is definitely an interesting look for Valhalla. It's something they definitely have played before, but they've always been a little bit more comfortable on those rush or brawl comps, so we'll have to see if Prodigy Noobs can find a way to dismantle this.
Yeah, when I think about Valhalla, I think of like a really aggressive team. This comp just kind of is anti-aggressive, if that makes sense. Playing very passive.
We are going to see Skyzord come back in, going to play that sim. Prodigy Noobs looking for a teleport, and they're going to go up to the ledge. And look at that halt! Mexi's down on the low ground already, and Skyzord goes down. This is not how you want to start as Prodigy Noobs, and yeah, they are just going to roll over and die here on the point. NYC Takeover with multiple picks.
I just want to say, NYC has the largest brain I've ever seen. He knew exactly where they were going to set up, and he put a trap right on it.
Yeah, that is a common teleport spot, and yeah, big brain there from NYC Takeover to immediately know that with Skyzord coming in, they were almost certainly going to play the sim.
It's like I
This
said
man's
earlier, that you have Poggin, you have Siptail, Charles, they know Skysword spots. It's like they
This man's playing in
knew.
40-62.
They telepathically knew he was going to set it up there.
So now, a lot of swaps coming in from Prodigy Noobs, and you just do not want to see that. The character that you try and counter with a double burst comp, getting the kill onto the Pharah, makes Yaguaya down 2. And this is getting brutal here for Prodigy Noobs. They can barely even set foot in these team fights, much less win them. So NYC Takeover does get his tire destroyed, so that's a big ultimate that Prodigy Noobs no longer have to worry about countering. But obviously NYC Takeover can build it relatively quickly like he did with that one. The objective here with the Druidic Flux coming out from Brow Daddy. Cloud Lemon is going to respond with the Immortality Field, and NYC Takeover 2 picks. DPS just going off right now, Pog and NYC Takeover. And yeah, once again, Prodigy Noobs, they can barely make it past the choke right now. They are looking for answers. They're still swapping around. Mexiquaya gonna go to the Wrecking Ball. They're still deliberating. They're taking so much time off the clock.
This is all coming down to being enabled by BX Hunter with his pulls. Every single pull has gotten some value.
Mexiaguaya gonna go bowling a little bit, take out a lot of players with him. Little Aries already down. Pog finds that headshot. That's massive. KDP. KDP is gonna get that res, but Mexiaguaya not able to get away. And here we go. Just a little over 60 seconds left in the clock, and again, like, Prodigy Noobs haven't even been close to winning this fight. Have they even gotten a kill yet?
No.
Yeah, I don't think they've killed anything.
I don't think so.
NYC Takeover has another tire here. Cloud Lemon's gonna have to come up clutch with another Immortality Field, and swaps are still coming out. Oh my goodness, they are not gonna have any ults except for the Valkyrie. This is brutal for Prodigy Noobs. I think they might get full held again. NYC Takeover taking out 2 right off the bat. There's the tire coming out as well. It was a good Immortality Field from Cloud Lemon, but it just wasn't enough.
No, why?
15
Was the
seconds
Mercy
here.
there?
This is insane. They're changing their entire comp again. For like the
They
fourth.
go back to the
Mexiaguaya
sim.
caught
Oh,
a
no.
trap! Not going to be able to touch, and I think that's it. We are going to see the Tracer be able to touch. Little Aries is so low though. Charles 17 takes him down. And this is just it, folks. The full hold is complete. Sleep Shake not even remotely close to being back into mech. And oof, after starting off the series hot, Prodigy Noobs really starting to flounder here a little bit. Mexiaguaya gonna try and spin to win, see if they can get anything going, but it's kind of a pipe dream at this point. Still not down though.
They've done like no damage to them.
Yeah, but Little Aries and Cloud Lemon goes down themselves. Mexiaguaya not gonna last too much longer, and there it is. I mean, it doesn't get more dominant on that than that on Hanamura, on Prodigy Noob's map pick, no less.
That was absolutely, that was one of the most one-sided games I think I've ever seen.
Okay, here it's gonna sound biased, but with all the swaps, one of the main swaps they might have needed to do was the Mercy. Like, even if she had a Valk, it's just they needed more healing. They needed more, like Ana or even Moira, Lucio, just with the speed.
Hanzo would have essentially breaks this. Deals with the shields. Junkrat also deals with the shields. You don't gotta worry about that. He puts so much pressure on the tanks that they have to play a lot safer. And they just didn't. They just kept changing to everything that wasn't those correct picks.
Oh no, we're coming out with all reliable. Yep, Sim Bastion. Let's go.
I'm really surprised that Prodigy Noobs didn't at least give the Sim one more attempt. Like,
They did,
yeah, they were playing in the double shield, but it was a freak accident what happened to them on the first point. Like, find a new place to teleport and try it again. It's been one of your strengths this entire season. It just feels weird that they immediately gave up on that after just one fight loss.
The thing is, when it comes to sim comps, is that like if you lose that first fight and don't get anything out of it, you're at a huge disadvantage in terms of ultimates. So I get the logic of not wanting to stick with it. I don't agree with it exactly, considering, like you said, it is one of their best comps.
So now, here we go, Pog on the Echo now. NYC Takeover gonna stay on the Jump Rat. Here comes the rotation, and you could argue this is already a better attack for Valhalla than Prodigy Noobs has, as they are cleanly making this rotation to the high ground. Pog on an off angle trying to find those picks, does have Charles there to pocket him. And this is the situation for Valhalla. They have to try and find a way to break through this Sim Bastion comp. There's a nice accretion from Brow Daddy, and Little Aries is already down. That's a massive pick. Can KDB possibly get that res? No, this map is over, folks. Only the tanks on point. And yeah, that is about as one-sided as maps get, folks. And now Valhalla have their first lead of the series. They're up 2-1.
That was so patiently played by Valhalla. They waited for Brody to get the rock on Ares, and then they just immediately pushed in and collapsed on Ares on the Bastion just to take him out.
So
damage. Oh my god.
this is kind of a brutal spot for Prodigy Noobs to be in, getting full held on 2 consecutive maps. I mean, like they almost won one of their fights on Hollywood, but other than that, they weren't even close to capturing point A on either of these maps. They need to find the escort map that they're good at in order to bring this series to a map 5, or yeah, Valhalla, they're looking like they're starting to run away with this.
I think they have to put the sim away at this point. I don't think they've, like, outside of that first map of Li Zhang, they've gotten zero value from it.
I mean, it's like you either get zero value, or how Kirby said, they could have tried like at least one more time. Just choose a different place to put the teleporter, take a
No,
different
I agree.
rotation. But they just gave up on it so quickly.
And for Hanamura specifically, yes, they should have tried it again. But overall, some of these picks they're making, the ball, like, Mexi's a decent ball, but it's not gonna be enough by itself to, you know, win you a map. And as you saw, like, he was being read at every turn by NYC on the Junkrat.
I do believe we have seen everyone in Spectators play tonight, so really seeing pretty much every sort of team comp we can possibly see, except for the very real possibility that maybe Ravioli Stain or not PowerPoint comes in and plays tank, actually. I mean, Pog and NYC Takeover were absolutely dominating there on the DPS battle, so definitely a risk that Valhalla can certainly take. They love to play those dive comps on the escort maps, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see that come out here.
The question is, does Prodigy Noobs know that they want to play dive? You know what I'm saying? If they want to play dive, then you're gonna if you know Valhalla wants to play dive, you're gonna pick Havana. It's not a good dive map. So, like, you want to try to play around your opposing team's weaknesses, but, like, I don't know, man. Valhalla's looks so strong on just about every comp that they've ran so far. I don't know. It's a hard choice, to be honest.
Well, I am going to be right back. I've got to get some water, but I will be back in a short bit for the 4th map.
Very well. I shall keep you all company, chat. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna do the word of the day, which will be importunate. Sorry, words are hard. It means troublesomely urgent, overly persistent in request or demand.
Wait, what?
Are the word of the day.
What is our word of the day?
Importunate. Importunate.
Can you put it in the chat for us, please?
I got you, my guy. Hey, I spelled it right. Nice.
The Eli Rusha combo. Maybe we might be seeing it, Crypto. You never know. Noobs are taking quite a minute choosing their escort map.
What was the escort map we played against them? It was Gibraltar, right?
Yeah.
Hindsight, bad idea.
Hindsight, I had a plan behind it, but like I said, like,
Bad plan.
I've talked about it. Shut up, Tenchi. We were down a lot of people that day, especially supports. When you expect people to show up and they don't show up, it's kind of hard to make lineups.
Be better. That's my response. He
You have to go to
he's
the...
getting he's getting water.
Oh, okay.
But it's been like 45 minutes now, so I don't know.
Yeah, we are taking a good minute on this map choice. Reflex, I'm not sure why, but hopefully it's a good one.
Are the lineups in yet or no?
No, usually people wait until like after the map, and if they know they're gonna tackle defend first to give the lineups.
That's fair.
You don't want to put in your best hit scan and then get taken to the worst hit scan map.
To be fair, there's no real bad map for Mercury.
True.
Now, if we think about some of these escort maps, I'm just trying to think of what Prodigy Noobs might want to roll here. Obviously, you mentioned possibly picking Havana just to avoid the dive. I feel like you almost have to avoid Rialto and Junkertown. Try and get a map that PowerPoint can't carry on. So I would honestly cross those maps out. Like, don't even think about playing on them. So you've also got Dorado and Route 66. I was thinking maybe they could go Dorado and maybe play some of those Wrecking Ball comps, because Mexiuguay has been alright on the ball. It's just they haven't been able to coordinate their dives, but maybe if they're able to, you know, get a good map with that, perhaps that can be what'll help them get back into this series.
Well, let's also keep in mind that not only does now PowerPoint play a really, really like scary Widow, they can also play Genji, and their Genji's just as good.
It's Genji. To play Genji or throwing.
Just because you're bad at Genji doesn't mean everybody's bad at Genji.
I'm not bad at Genji, he's a bad character.
Actually, yeah, and I think you got to avoid Watchpoint Gibraltar too, right? So that
you can't play. You cannot play Gibraltar. You cannot.
I think you have to choose between either Dorado or Havana. Honestly, I think those are the two picks for me.
And honestly, if they go Havana, oh, actually, I think actually in hindsight, I think Dorado might be the play. Yes, there's a lot of high ground for Widow, but on Havana,
Junkertown.
the entirety of first
They
point,
are gonna go Junkertown.
That's a wild pick. I was
Well, yeah, I mean, if not PowerPoint is coming in, this is Widow's playground right here. They're gonna need someone to make his life a living hell in order to make this map winnable, honestly.
I think you 100% put in not PowerPoint here. Like first point Widow is insane. Third point Widow cracked. Like she kind of struggles on second point a little bit. But that's where like that's where like Ash would typically shine. But like I don't think this is the choice, honestly. I don't think this is the choice.
I don't know, maybe they're just kind of struggling here a little bit.
And that's fine, but like you have to take the other team's strengths.
Perhaps. Now, perhaps, this is a kind of far out theory, but Junkertown definitely is one of the best maps for a certain comp called Pirate Ship.
Oh no.
Perhaps we see Devil Shield with a Bastion, and Prodigy Noobs try and get a quick time bank, especially if Valhalla want to choose defense once again.
So
but
I'm only
even
concerned
then,
with
all they gotta do is just put a Ravioli stain in, and she plays a really, really good Sombra, so that can break the double shield pretty fast.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely think Valhalla should probably consider going the not PowerPoint Ravioli stain DPS duo here, keeping in Brow Daddy and BX Hunter on tank, and kind of do whatever they want with the sports. Maybe give Moosh and Ziptail their second map, because they're the only sports who have played only 2 maps so far tonight.
It's not an amazing Zen map, but Charles can definitely get away with it. Especially like with the way he's been playing. and if they do opt for this pirate ship comp, it's gonna do really good with, again, not only helping break down the shields and get to the Bastion, but putting a lot of pressure on the Bastion. And this is all assuming they go with the pirate ship, right? But in the event they do, and Charles goes with the Zen, it's gonna have a lot of immediate impact.
Yeah, I'm just interested in seeing what the team comps are gonna be. Still still waiting.
I already did the word of the day. I'm running out of bits. What about a phrase of the day?
A phrase of the day, like...
The grass is always greener. How about... Did I even quote that right? I'm not even 100% sure.
The grass is always greener on the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You tried your best, and that's all that matters.
Last half. Okay, we finally have a lineup.
Ew.
We're gonna see Eli come in for the first time today on DPS. I'm surprised they haven't played Eli before now.
They did. They played on tank, and Mexi was on off tank map.
Well, yes. That's I meant first time on DPS. Yeah.
What DPS does Eli play?
A lot of hit scan.
A lot of hit scan. Okay, that makes sense. So is he the main DPS for them, or the main hit scan? Excuse me, main hit scan for them, or would that be Roosh?
Mainly, yeah.
Honestly, kind of, yeah.
Yeah, because Roosh had a really hard time against not PowerPoint. So if they do opt to put in not PowerPoint, which I assume they will, right?
Well, we'll see here in just a second.
When was the map choice made? Junkertown, 9:35. Okay, so they still have 7 minutes. And I'm surprised they're keeping Skysword in instead of bringing in Rusha. I know both of them play Pharah, but I feel like Rusha on Doomfist and on McCree and other things like Hanzo would probably play a little bit better than Skysword.
Possibly. Could it perhaps be like they're also trying to gain some insight into these White Walker members on Valhalla with Skysword?
I mean, I doubt it, because even then, the White Walkers in Valhalla haven't been really playing, like, we haven't seen Pog play Ashe in a good minute. He's been playing a lot of, like, Tracer, Doomfist sometimes.
Actually, I want to say that's kind of been what they've been playing a lot this season, is like the Ashe and that long-range hit scan. I mean, they still do play the Tracer, but...
Oh, and there's no PowerPoint coming in with Andpo. Ravioli saying playing tank this map.
Ooh.
In Valhalla Archers.
And I was right! Ziptail and Moosh coming in. So each of the supports get 2 maps for sure. We'll see. A couple of them will get 3 maps if Prodigy Noobs are able to re-tie up the series and bring this to a map 5. Which, it is interesting to think about, like, Prodigy Noobs have been very good on the control maps this season. They've only lost a couple throughout the season, and that, obviously we saw, on map 1, they were really strong. Unleash Young Towers, so no matter what Valhalla wants to pick, it's I think Valhalla are really looking to close it out here on Junkertown. They don't want to go to that 5th map.
My biggest question mark at the moment is Skyzord still being in, like you mentioned earlier. I don't think his hero pool is gonna be what they need to win this map, especially up against not PowerPoint. It seems like an odd choice, even if he does have knowledge on the other players.
I mean, even now, Zipto's the only one from White Walkers who's in.
Yeah, so like you're not getting.
Is it possible here that they run Pirate Ship with a Pharah to make it so you almost still need to run a hit scan, which might be ineffective against the double shield countering the Bastion? Might be a thought that they're trying to get someone who can play Pharah. Obviously, you can have Rusha do that as well, but maybe there's some external factors we're not 100% sure about.
Yeah, it just feels a little odd seeing that like Rusha's been in the team just a bit longer than Skysword, and you would think that, having a bit more experience with the team, they would choose to put Rusha in instead of Skysword, but I mean, I guess we'll see what they choose to do here.
Yeah, if Valhalla is able to close out this series on this map, we really only saw Rusha on Hollywood there. That'll definitely be a talking point. I think we'll see a lot of people mentioning, Rusha's been very good this entire season, so...
The Junkrat's an odd choice, for first point at least.
It is a pretty good
It's not a... Junkrat, like, excels in, like, tight spots and, small chokes. This entire first point is wide open. So,
if you are going to disconnect at any time, that is the time.
Tactical resets.
When the map hasn't even started, you're still in spawn, you're the attacking team, no ult charge, so hopefully this will be as quick as Mexiaguaya, because it's been a little bit since we've gotten some Overwatch play. That was a bit of a long break between Hanamura and now, so my question is now that Prodigy Noobs have had 2 pauses, do they get another one? Do they get any more because it's playoffs, or?
No, as far as I know, it's the same. Pauses stay the same. 2 3-minute pauses. Unfortunately. I don't think we've had any changes to the pause system.
To be fair, you do get 12 minutes, so do a lineup and select the map and whatnot, so.
Oh my god. Yeah.
That's big boy numbers. Oh, but yeah, I'm just really curious about how this Junkrat's gonna do.
Well, I mean, from the looks of what I saw from Prodigy Noobs before, they have Kajuya on Tracer right now, then Stelbell and Cloud on Mercy. Sleepshake hasn't chosen, and Skysword was on the Ashe. So, a dive with Ashe?
What was? Oh yes, Sleepshake hasn't picked yet. I guess that's really gonna confirm what they're gonna stick with. I don't hate the Ashe into this.
Here, just the Pharah would be maybe a bit better, especially if you have Cloud on Mercy, who can fly around, the tanks and.
Do you dare challenge not PowerPoint though? That's the thing.
Yeah, that's the.
That should be your first focus then. Like go for
he is on the Widowmaker.
Yeah, go for PowerPoint first, and then you have it's the Echo. Double bubble with Echo. Okay.
Yeah, they are really gonna try and dive on PowerPoint here. They want to make his life a living hell. They don't want him to get any value on this Widow. Just get him off a Widowmaker too, so that they can maybe continue to run double bird stomps. There's Mexiaguaya going in, and there we go. Oh, not PowerPoint is down, and look at this. They're camping the res spot too. That will be completely unresable for Ziptail. Brow Daddy trying to make some space and maybe make it slightly more possible, but no, they're just gonna abandon the idea of making that res. Mexiguai using the bubble on the high ground, and now Browdaddy gonna go aggressive, knowing he doesn't have that available. Also, the bubble is being used by Sleep Shake, and Mexiguai does go down, so maybe not enough peel there for the rest of the team. Cloud Lemon is going to get that res, but we do see now PowerPoint is officially back on the McCree this time. Skyzord does go down to Browdaddy, so this is going to be a tough position for Prodigy Noobs.
Skyzord is so far, it was so deep in the other thing. Valhalla's lines, it was so weird. I don't know how he got back there.
So now here we go, both of these teams back at full strength. Ziptail popping the first ultimate of this map. It's the Valkyrie trying to help them go aggressive, but it's not really working right now. Mexiguai trying to get in the backline, build up that primal rage, gets the bubble from Sleep Shake. It was incredibly low. Looks like they are going to get the healing from Stelbell. And there's the duplicate from Sky Zordon, and Cloud Lemon able to take out Ravioli Stain. That's a massive pick. Here comes Browdaddy throwing in the bomb. It's not going to find anything, but it gives enough space for Ziptail to get the res, but Sky Zordon with the duplicated shatter, able to take down Ziptail, and this is looking really good for Prodigy Noobs. They just need to take out Browdaddy and just Moosh. Mexiguai getting 2 with that primal rage. Browdaddy officially out of mech. They'll go down, and it does look like Valhalla are going to concede point A, so Prodigy Noobs not going to get full health this time, and hopefully this is the spark that they can use to possibly get a good attack here going on Junkertown.
And this is where that question mark I brought up about the Junkrat is coming in. Like, there wasn't a lot of value to be gained there during that entire fight. Like, he has Riptire, but the choices they're making, that Valhalla's making right now for DPS, even for supports, like the Mercy as well.
Ampo does take out one with the tire. Mexiguai went down first, but Cloud Lemon was able to get that res. It does look like Prodigy Noobs are gonna back up, at least for the time being. They definitely didn't have to concede that fight right off the bat. I think it was still like a 4v5, but want to get back at full strength, make sure they have their main tank in position.
Do you guys see where
now here we go.
Eli's
Sleep
at?
Shake with grab online.
Mercy.
No, I'm saying if you guys know where
my God.
Kaju Eli is at. He's almost got pulse bomb.
He's so far behind lines. He get back there. Nobody noticed it. They still don't know he's there.
He's crouching.
Didn't see
Here we
him go
go.
back there.
There's the shatter coming out from Ravioli Stain. It does find a couple, but the grab is in retaliation to make sure they can't follow up on it. Kaiju Eli, all that time hiding in the back lines is for nothing, as he does get taken down by the Deadeye from not PowerPoint. Still relatively up for grabs here though. Mexiguai popping the primal rage is going to go down, and Ravioli Stain gets res by Ziptail. This isn't looking too good on the side of Prodigy Noobs. Browdaddy able to get one onto Sleep Shade. Skyzord even duplicated the Baptiste to give them another immortality field, or to give them an immortality field.
I think that was a
Also
mistake,
suck.
honestly. Onto the back.
Probably. So now we see Kaiju Eli gonna try and battle not PowerPoint here on the McCree. The swaps from Valhalla are definitely coming in handy, and Just Moosh is gonna start off with the amplification matrix, but Antbo does have to be careful. Did get stunned by Cloud Lemon, who's now on the brig. We know Ravioli Stain and Mexiguai on point. Mexiguai getting the nano boost, has the bubble. There's the immortality field out from Just Moosh, but not PowerPointed is down. That's a huge pick for Sky Zord, and there's the shatter from Mexiguai. It gets several members, and Prodigy Noobs are cleaning up this team fight. They're even getting good stagger kills. Ampo down. Browdaddy's the only one here. Could they possibly get him out of mech? That would be massive.
Nope.
No, but he is still incredibly low. Do we see the recontest coming out?
It's possible, but he's gonna be very low coming into this. Still
Browdaddy was able to get some healing, but already getting hit by the dynamite. Here comes the recontest, but not PowerPoint. Gets taken out by Skyzord. That's exactly what you want to see from Prodigy Noobs. Ziptail maybe gonna try and sneak a res, but not able to. Actually trying to go and take out Skyzord, but sadly it's not gonna be enough, as we did see Ravioli Stain not able to hit a shatter there, and now here we go. Point B captured for Prodigy Noobs.
Kajima made a massive play in Flash. Ravioli Stain out of the shatter.
Great play from Kaiju Eli, definitely making this DPS battle pretty interesting right now. Not PowerPoint, not as dominant here as he was on Hollywood. Kaiju Eli trying to challenge Ampo up on the high ground, and we'll have to see a lot of ults on the side of both teams.
No PowerPoint, a big pick on Skyward.
Now PowerPoint, just as we were saying, he was quiet in this map. He gets 2 picks. Not able to find anything with the Deadeye. Ampo also going to use the sound barrier, but gets stunned by Cloud Lemon. Gonna pop the rally. They're still at a disadvantage, Prodigy Noobs, but they still think that this fight is winnable with both tanks and both supports here right now. Stelbell even has a nano boost. Mexiaguay able to take down 1 with the Fire Strike. Kaiju Eli maybe a little too far away for the Deadeye to get any value, but the picks are still going in favor of Prodigy Noobs. This is looking really good for Prodigy Noobs. Ampo, will he even be able to escape? Is going to be close, is able to get behind the shield, but the Dynamite able to take him down. That's massive for Prodigy Noobs as the payload approaches point C. There's the nano boost onto Mexiaguaya, but not PowerPoint, who's trying to come back on the May, is already down. Still up on point, and Just Moosh is going to pop the amplification matrix. That could be the turnaround that Valhalla needs to get this hold on point C. Just Moosh is down. There's a Shatter. Mexiaguaya not going to find anything. Ziptail able to get the sound barrier off, and Stelbell is down. This is exactly what Valhalla needs, and Brow Daddy with a nice Shatter, but he does go down to Mexiaguaya. Skyzord getting the pick onto Ziptail, and Prodigy Noobs are finally able to turn around that team fight. Just Moosh is the only one here. They're in Milchowdy Field, will get taken down immediately, and that will be Prodigy Noobs completing Junkertown. So a great bounce back after getting full held on both Hollywood and Hanamura. You see Prodigy Noobs able to at least guarantee themselves a round 3.
Yeah, not PowerPoint having a hard time just overall in that matchup. It's just one McCree going against double hit scan, which is not exactly easy to deal with by yourself. Ravioli Stain had a kind of a hard time on the Ryan matchup as well. Mexi just honestly was frankly kind of rolling them.
Ready for battle.
Sure you don't want to sit this one out.
So now here we go. We are going to see possibly double shield coming out on the side of Prodigy Noob, still looking in spawn, and it is going to be the BAP Mercy instead of the on a Brig like they were originally looking to go. Definitely want a pocket for Skyzord, maybe to give that advantage over Map PowerPoint. And this is interesting because we are going to see the Pharah Widow combination that I was maybe kind of alluding to. Not PowerPoint on that Widow. This time though, Pog won't be on the Pharah. Antpo is going to be, so we'll see if they can have a similar amount of value on that.
And this Pharah has the potential to be big. They just have to keep Skyward under control.
Oh.
Immediately. Oh, what's it? Not PowerPoint. With
DPS, not PowerPoint! 2 picks. Kaiju Eli able to get that trade though, still relatively up in the air, but I would imagine Ziptail might get a res, or did they already?
They used it on Antpo.
They used it, yeah.
Okay, got it. Well, this still means that Prodigy Noobs are a little bit on the back foot, and Ravioli Stain able to use that aggression to take out Mexiaguaya. This is not how you want to start right now if you're Prodigy Noobs, but that's a good pick from Skyzord. Likely will get rezzed once again by Ziptail.
Yep.
Yes, was able to get it off. But Skyzord on, starting to pop off on this Widowmaker. That's 2 kills. We are just being treated to a Widow spectacular right now. Brow Daddy able to take out Sleep Shake, picks going back and forth. Skyzord on continuing to get picks. Unbelievable. And that was a great stabilization here on the side of Prodigy Noobs. Already almost a minute and a half off the clock for Valhalla.
Skyward, oh my god.
Goodness.
Why didn't any of you tell me he plays Widow also? What?
Oh, I think he plays Widow also.
Oh,
Yes,
thanks.
he plays it less though. He plays a lot of the more projectile characters like
No one can
Farah
hide
and
from my
Sim.
sight.
So, but they have shown to be good at it in the past. Sky Zordon has the sights advantage over not PowerPoint right now. They're gonna throw in the dragons. Ravioli Stain gets shattered. Moosh was able to give them an immortality field, but it just wasn't enough. Ravioli Stain down to not PowerPoint. Able to take out Sky Zord that time though, so making good use of the res, but Mexiaguaya, Brow Daddy, and just Moosh were just not in the right position. Mexiaguaya gets 2 kills there.
Mexi literally
now
cornered them into the cliff. They couldn't go anywhere.
They had nowhere to go. They only had either the hammer or the cliff.
Exactly.
You get the jump off or you get the hammer.
So now here we go. Not PowerPoint has the sights this time around, and look at this flank! It's massive with the amplification matrix, but a good immortality field, and Skyzord and Eli are able to get the opening picks. That is fantastic. Cloud Lemon with such a clutch immortality field. Now PowerPoint is able to take out Skyzord, but I think for now Valhalla are gonna have to back up a little bit and wait to get back at full strength.
I think here I would have waited just a bit more on that grab. Just let Antpo build up the pulse bomb just a little bit more.
For sure. And there's the shatter coming out from Mexiaguaya. Takes out Ravioli Stain right away, but not PowerPoint. Still getting the picks here relatively close. The amplification matrix maybe not getting as much value as Prodigy Noobs were hoping for. Kaiju Eli doing all that he can. He is getting so many picks. Sleep Shake really the only one here, and will get beamed by Brow Daddy. So we might see some possible... no, we are not going to see a recontest from Mexiaguaya, but solid point A defense here for Prodigy Noobs as they whittled the time bank down by about 3.5 minutes.
No, yeah, and that was definitely like in large part due to Skyzord on the Widow heroics.
Not PowerPoint definitely starting to swing that battle back in their favor though, so Sky Zordon gonna need to find that opening pick. Ravioli Stain already incredibly low, and there comes the dragons. Not gonna find Ravioli Stain Ziptail now on the Lucia, able to speed them out. And there's the shatter, but it gets blocked by the bubble from Sleep Shake. There's the Graviton Surge out from Brow Daddy. Is it gonna be enough?
The immortality
Pulse
field.
Bomb. It was a great immortality field by Cloud Lemon to negate Antpo's Pulse Bomb, but now PowerPoint has the sights up and able to take out Sky Zordon. Sky Zordon had the advantage earlier, but now it's starting to flip in his favor. Snellbell gets the res, and Sky Zordon goes down once again. Payload continues to move through point B incredibly fast. There's the shatter, but it gets blocked as well by Brow Daddy's bubble this time. Kaiju Eli gonna go back to the McCree, but Cloud Lemon is down. Mexiaguaya kind of alone over here, getting beamed down by Brow Daddy. And it's only Snellbell and Sleep Shake on the point here, and Snellbell in kind of no man's land, not able to give the peel to Sleep Shake. And so now here we go. Do you see Valhalla? They're starting to get through Junkertown with ruthless efficiency, and we still have a whole point for Prodigy Noobs to hold, but obviously when you're that close to a full hold, it's definitely disappointing.
And Valhalla coming up on just about 4 ultimates, but it's a really good pick as well.
Yeah, losing the Brig right off the bat. Sky Zord also incredibly low. Kaiju Eli not able to get the pick onto Ampo, but there we go. Sky Zord not able to trade, and now that Valhalla are no longer on the Mercy, they can't res that up. Just Moosh gonna try and help the aggression with the amplification matrix, and Snellbell goes down. The payload is going completely uncontested right now, as Ravioli Stain hits a massive shatter. And now here we go, pretty much just one fight here for Prodigy Noobs. They need to find a solution fast. They have the Grav coming up. That might be what they need.
And if there was any one player that you're fine with losing during that, it's definitely Antpo, and names are hard. Antpo on the Tracer.
Browdaddy not gonna really find anything with the grab, and Sleep Shake finds two, and there's the stabilization here from Prodigy Noobs, but they did use a couple ults in order to do it. Granted, that was a good combo with the Graviton Surge and the Coalescence out from Stelbell, but
And
still,
PowerPoint
here
is
we
so
go.
slow. Oh, yeah, there we go. He's dead.
Ooh, dang.
I think
Was that a
it's perfect.
deliberate stagger from Skyzord to, like, did they do the tap method where you don't completely freeze the player, but you make them go slow so they can't really turn around?
You typically don't see the Widow stagger.
Now to McCree actually, so.
Kaiju Eli up on the high ground. Immortality Field out from Just Moosh, so actually not the worst team fight in the world. They won't have that Immortality Field for another 20 seconds, but Skyzord goes down. That is not how you want to start off the team fight. Ziptail does get punished. A nice flashbang from Kaiju Eli, and he takes out Browdaddy as well. So now here we go, Valhalla gonna back up for one more fight. They really are only gonna have the Shatter and the Amp Matrix, whereas Mexi also has a Shatter, and Cloud Lemon has that rally as well. Stelbell and Skyzord can certainly get their ults as well.
The Shatter from Ravioli has to be big.
But Cloud Lemon trying to get them to go forward. Ooh, good block, yes, by Ravioli Stain, but he's walled up, or she's walled off. Can they get a nice Immortality Field from Just Moosh? And the Shatter is massive, right in front of the window. That's not what you want to see. Not PowerPoint able to take out their counterpart in Kaiju Eli. Skyzord is so close to the Blizzard, able to take out Ampo, but can anyone touch? Yes, they will be able to touch here, and that's a huge Coalescence from Stelbell. Skyzord is gonna go down. Not PowerPoint with a massive pick. They could have used the Blizzard to turn it around. Only Cloud Lemon on the point, but he gets booped away. And unfortunate for Skyzord, so close to that Blizzard. And we are gonna go to rounds 3 and 4 to see who wins it.
And of all the Shatters, Mexi lets get by him, or yeah, Mexi lets get by him, or what was it? Was Sleep Shake or Mexi on the right?
Mexi.
Yeah, of all the ones that he lets get by him, it's the most important one for him to block. And they just completely capitalized on it.
Yeah, that is tough. You have a chance to close out the map with the, both Rhines having the Shatter, and you get your Shatter blocked, and then the other Rhine hits the big Shatter. Like, that is a brutal turn of events there. That definitely was looking like possible map 5 for Prodigy Noobs. And especially, it would be especially heartbreaking to lose this map after such a incredibly promising start to both the attack and the defense. We'll see if they can get the full hold here on point A.
That point A is extremely long. It's a very long point. So you have opportunities to take upwards of 3 fights here. And both sides having roughly a fight to a fight and a half. Being the aggressive team is probably going to favor you.
And
Did
right
he wall
away,
him off?
Skyzord,
Of course.
yeah, making the every second is precious right now, so not a bad idea. Ravioli Stain with a nice pile drive gets multiple players, but does have to get away. Cloud Lemon with the great Baptiste aim. Mexiguai has to be careful. That expends Immortality Field out from Cloud Lemon. Picks are not quite going as much in favor as Prodigy Noobs would hope for, but there it is. Skyzord on end, Kaiju Eli able to take out a couple of the squishies. Only about 30 seconds left. Just Moosh needs to be careful as well. Can they get away, or will Kaiju Eli get that pick? Yes, he will! He's clutch! He's absolutely coming in for them. For Prodigy Noobs, exactly what they needed. Some DPS firepower to stop these amazing DPS from Valhalla, but still one more chance here for for Valhalla. Ravioli Stain with a nice pile drive, but Browdaddy is frozen, and there's the dragons. It zones him off. Ampol is all alone, as is PowerPoint, and there's the Blizzard. It zones him off even further, and I think this is all the further. The payload is going to get Ziptail up on the high ground with the Zenyatta and Ravioli Stain still here, but the amplification matrix from Cloud Lemon is probably gonna close this out, and that is a team kill, and that will be all the further the payload moves. So here we go, Prodigy Noobs with a really good win conditions set up for them to get this to map 5.
Switching sides.
Yeah, I think here, as soon as they saw the main wall, they should have switched out of the ball diva. Just go hard
Initiating match.
brawl.
They stuck with it the entire time. You have time to make changes. Like, it's gonna be an overtime anyway, whether you get the first point or not. So might as well just make the appropriate change that you can.
And you were literally right there and still in spawn. So
Exactly. Like, worst case scenario, you burn 5 seconds.
Oh, goodness.
Ready for battle.
So now Prodigy Noobs only have to win one team fight, and the big thing with how they held is it's gonna be tough because Valhalla, they can't back up too much if they start losing the fight. It's one of those things where you have to start off aggressive and get the even fuller hold, so any one mistake coming out from Valhalla is going to be amplified and might lead to the map being over.
Yeah, this is completely one fight scenario right here. Like, Valhalla has to hold this.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And that extra 30 seconds or so that Prodigy Noobs had in their
The
time
wall,
bank
but
might
they
be
went
huge.
to the other side.
Wow, great. Look at this speedy rotation. They're actually going to take the high ground here. Look at this. They're trying to dive in onto Browdaddy right now. Bubbles expended from Sleep Shake. There's the Immortality Field out from Just Moosh. Not a whole lot of picks right off the bat. No payload progress yet, and they are going to go ahead and do that, but not PowerPoint on the flank. Ampo is down. So is Ravioli Stain. This isn't good. Not PowerPoint, not able to get those picks. And I think this might be it, folks. Ziptail, the only one here on the point, will get taken down by Sleep Shake. We're heading to map 5, folks. No one's going to be able to touch. Ravioli Stain is the closest, and they aren't even remotely close. Here we go. The first map 5 of the playoffs. One of these teams is going to the championship. I'm on the edge of my seat right now.
This entire game's been
Play of the game.
insane so far. Both teams just completely popping off on their respective maps. I was a bit hesitant on this map right here, Junkertown, but you know, Prodigy News definitely proved me wrong.
And you know, we were talking about the reason why they didn't want to choose Junkertown was because they didn't want to have to deal with not PowerPoint's Widow. Well, Sky Zordon, he stepped up to the challenge. He was excellent on that map, playing a bunch of different heroes. Even was really good on the Mei there, and of course, Kaiju Eli absolutely dominating on McCree and Hanzo. We'll see what they want to do here. They like Kaiju Eli on tank on these control maps, so I wouldn't be surprised if they run a similar lineup to the one they ran on Lijiang Tower.
Yeah, I think that's a safe assumption. They're probably gonna keep Skyzord in as well. But this
Especially
is all depending on what map
being
they
a
pick.
control map next, they're definitely gonna keep Skysword in.
I think it depends on what map they pick, because like Sim is good on a majority of control maps, but not all of them. But then again, as I say that, he just proved that he can play more than Sim, so what do I know?
So, Valhalla get their first map pick since they picked Hollywood, and that went well for them, but it's back on control where those are always pretty even, and, you know, Valhalla chose their, you know, best control map, obviously, right off the bat with Lijiang Tower, and they weren't able to win that one, so it'll be interesting to see what they want to do on this map. It really depends on what lineups they want to run. You almost have to think of which control map has the least amount of sim
Oasis.
spots.
Yep.
Yes, I was thinking of Oasis as well, because you really only have maybe City Center as one where you play sim. Maybe Sanctuary, but there are better comps on, and we are, yep, okay, so it is officially, we are going to go to Oasis, and I do like this choice from Valhalla, because yeah, I'm thinking about all the other maps, and there's at least 2 on each that you can play sim on. Think of Elios, you got Lighthouse, and Well that you can run sim. You got Busan where you can run on Sanctum and Mecha Base, and then on Nepal you got Village and Shrine. So
I think not picking up Nepal was the good play for Valhalla.
Sorry, I read something in chat that Richard said.
Oh,
But continue.
but yeah, I think not choosing Nepal was Jesus, almost dropped my phone. Was the correct play. Just because there's so many spots, like just about every map on it, it's good for Sim, so you don't want to enable that. But yeah, I mean, Oasis is definitely a decent map. It gets a bit weird with University, just because like it's kind of like what's that the indoors one for Nepal? I don't remember. It's very similar to that one though.
The thing Sanctum, the one with the boop.
No. Oh yeah, it's a Sanctum. I thought
The
Sanctum
one
was
that's
the one with the
the one that's like a huge platform that has like a
I don't know. Basically,
I don't know, Overwatch maps. One of them.
Yeah, exactly. It's 11 o'clock. I'm tired. Anyway, um, yeah. So just basically just trying to play around Skyward on the sim because you know he's gonna play it, or you know he's gonna want to play it at least. Is gonna force him onto either the Pharah or try to match you on the hit scan.
Well, okay. So far we do have our swaps in for Valhalla, which will be Brow Daddy, BX Hunter, Pog, now PowerPoint, Charles, and B Ant. So we can especially expect some hit scans from them.
Honestly, this can go either way. As of right now, I can't even pick a team. I'm slightly leaning towards Prodigy, just because of how good they looked on Li Jing. But
now, to be fair, we did see Valhalla win this map in their regular season game that went to map 5. Granted, a little bit of a different scenario as they were already in the process of a reverse sweep, whereas now Prodigy Noobs have regained the momentum, but still, Valhalla probably feeling like they're pretty comfortable on Oasis.
I think the real breaker here is going to be whether University comes up or not. If it does, then expect to see Skyward on the sim.
Oh god. I mean, I love Sim, but it's just there's only so much Sim you can play.
It'll be interesting. We don't see Ravioli Stain coming in this time, who played most of the sim on the first map. And yeah, wasn't even Ravioli Stain and Antpo on the first map. Neither Pog or PowerPoint played on the first control map, so maybe Valhalla not thinking of playing a sim. I think both not PowerPoint and Pog can play sim, but
I think Valhalla's strongest DPS line so far has been PowerPoint and Pog together. And as far as their tank line, BX Hunter with Brow has been their strongest tank line in the show. So I don't hate this at all. Like I think this is the way you go if you're trying to close this out. You want to put your the players that you have a lot of confidence in.
And they're running that lineup to the max at 58, both DPS and tank being at 11 and 10s. I think the only one like evening them out is Band being a 7, but even Band's been looking just like their last game. They've been looking really great on Baptiste mainly.
Yeah, for sure. I was gonna say that as well. Yeah, definitely outperforming their rank tonight. They've really stepped up for this Valhalla team and coming in now. I want to say, I guess they haven't played since Hollywood though. Correct.
Correct.
I think they haven't played since
they
Hollywood, but even on Lijiang Tower, they were making good plays. So
the thing is that BN in the fights that BN was participating in, they tended to be one of the first ones picked. And you know, as you saw, like on Hollywood, you know, it had to be Charles to step up and get the picks to secure the point to begin with. So if BN gets taken out early here, it's going to put Valhalla in a weird position, especially if Charles is playing like the Lucio or the Zen.
You mean the emoting Lucio from last game?
Yeah, that lost him the point. Yeah.
Yeah, that's never going to go away, Charles. Whenever you hear this back, it's just you emoting on the point.
Dude, why do I catch all the map 5s? Jesus.
Yeah, I know.
I was really hoping this was gonna go to a map 5. It's been a pretty long stream so far. We're almost
no
at
swaps
2
from
hours.
Prodigy
No
Noobs.
swaps from Prodigy Noobs. So Eli is gonna play DPS here. Interesting. And that means no Little Aries coming in to play Sim, although Skyzord can still play the Sim as well. So yeah, it'll be. I'm interested to see.
I'm not surprised at this. Looking at the way that Kaiju's been playing, like the 2 maps he's played so far, I think it's a good decision to keep him in. Because he played very good on that Junkertown map.
Yeah, and Kaiju like being able to play the McCree, especially with the couple points that have the high ground. Or do all 3 points in Oasis have high grounds? I think.
Yeah,
Not sure.
other
They do.
than the high ground.
Okay,
Mhm.
never mind.
Or at least ones that are easily
obvious.
accessible. Yeah. One person I do feel bad for tonight is just Moosh, who played 2 maps and lost both of them. I thought they were still playing pretty well, all things considered. I mean, both those maps were incredibly close. Just they weren't able to close them out for one reason or another. Maybe it's Eli being the guy, and well, now it's interesting, you know, no swaps, so that guarantees Rusha only playing 1 map tonight, you know.
Jeez.
Obviously, it's definitely tough to bench Eli and Zord right now. They've been playing so well, but
Welcome to Oasis.
definitely want to see them come out on top here so that they can get Rusha another chance in the championship.
Initiating
And this is one of the points that is you're gonna see a lot of McCree. Is what I'm pretty sure we're gonna see from both sides at least. This is one of the best McCree maps in the game, and Soldier. So either one of those you're probably gonna see. I'm expecting more of a rush mirror though.
Oh, there we go. This is our first sim map of the night.
ready for battle.
Skysword on the main, that makes sense. Yeah, both teams pretty much mirroring the rush so far, except for Pog and the Tor, but I'm pretty sure he didn't switch to McCree.
I really hope Valhalla's not sticking to this. Okay, they're switching up. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I saw the
They were gonna stick to it.
Brig, Lucio and like Ball. I was like, please? No? No?
Not surprised to see Kaiju Eli on the McCree here. That is the DPS that they've played a lot on these control points. We're actually going to see mirror DPS on both sides, so we'll see who can get the better of each other on these DPS 1v1s.
Now, Prodigy is playing
Going
more
up to the
aggressive.
high ground. There's a nice wall. And Cloud Lemon able to take out not PowerPoint. That is massive. Charles was also going for a boot, but he couldn't find it. Mexiguaya maybe going in a little bit too deep, but fight is still favoring Prodigy Noobs right now, especially with the freeze onto Viant. They will take advantage of that. Only Brown Daddy on the point here. Both tanks down on the side of Valhalla, so Prodigy Noobs able to take the first capture here on Oasis, exactly how you want to start here.
That was an amazing play from Cloud, just get that early pick off, and yeah, and you can tell by the comp they're running the support line, they're playing a much more aggressive comp, so they want to be in the mid fight with Stelbelt on the Moira, just pumping heals into them so they have a lot of sustain.
So because not PowerPoint went down very early in that fight, Skysword is way ahead of them in terms of Blizzard percentage. BX Hunter getting frozen. Immortality Field out early again from Beant. It's already down. Now Kaiju Eli already building up the Deadeye. Takes out Charles! And that's exactly what you want to see for Prodigy Noobs. Another quick, easy, efficient fight. Only needing the Deadeye in order to win that one.
Yeah, coming up on just about 5 ults once Sleep Shit gets his grab online.
And Zord over 40% in the lead of now PowerPoint. Not PowerPoint, that might not even get it in this next fight, the Blizzard, so someone's gonna have to come up with a play.
Not PowerPoint definitely having a hard time right now against the Blizzard.
There's the Blizzard coming out. It's only really gonna get BX Hunter, not PowerPoint, and Brown Daddy able to get opening picks. Nice shatter, but a great wall from not PowerPoint before they got affected by the shatter. Now Stelbel gonna try and turn this around with the Cold Essence. Mexiguai is able to take out Charles. And Mexiguai going aggressive with the Coalescence. Both these tanks getting 2 picks apiece. Brown Daddy able to get 1, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. And that was a huge fight win for Prodigy Noobs, as only about 15% they need to get on this point to win Gardens.
These ult rotations coming from Prodigy Noobs are insane right now. They now have the grab and the sound barrier by themselves.
Pog gets his high noon blocked by the wall, but not PowerPoint able to take out Sky Sword. That's huge. Cloud Lemon throwing in the sound barrier, as is Charles 7 Tang. Valhalla, we're caught in the grab. And
the pin!
Gets pinned out of Shatter, so it does look like Valhalla is going to be able to win this team fight, but man, was it a spendy one, as they used 4 ultimates and able to get that, although Pog is very close to another Deadeye.
But so is Kaiju Eli right now. It'll just come to which May gets the better wall there.
So now here we go. Brow Daddy with that grab online. Sleep Shake not able to get enough value out of theirs because of Charles 7 Tang's sound barrier. Valhalla up on the high ground, and there's a nice grab. A good wall though coming out from Skyzordon, but an even better one from not PowerPoint. And that is going to be BX Hunter just swinging through Valhalla, getting all the picks. Certainly helped by the Coalescence from Beant, and there's another teamfight victory for Valhalla, trying to bring this back from 99 to 0.
They use nothing but the grab and the Coalescence. They still have just about 3 ults coming online right now once BX Hunter gets a shatter up.
Yeah, both DPS ults online, not PowerPoint. Definitely starting to catch up on Sky Zordon with this Blizzard battle. I think both of them have built up 2. There's a wall from Sky Zordon, kind of left Cloud Lemon out to dry. Good shatter from BX Hunter, and they're comboing that with the Blizzard. 3 kills for BX Hunter, just swinging through that Blizzard. And another solid fight. Oh, Mexiguaya gonna take out BX Hunter with them. I don't know if that trade's gonna be worthwhile, but
well, Mexi was already gonna die there, so like, might as well take somebody with you. Yeah, I don't hate the game. I don't hate the game. It was good. It was funny.
Well, perhaps if Cloud Lemon speeds them in really quickly, they'll have a quick advantage. But we do see Charles 7 Tang also taxing BX Hunter back. So here we go. Sky Zordon is walled off by the Mei. That's crucial. And there's the wall coming out from Sky Zordon. Kaiju Eli trying to find a pick. Finds 2! With the Deadeye and Mexiguaya popping the shatter, able to take out BX Hunter. It was a valiant effort here from Valhalla to bring this back from 99 to 0. But it will just not be enough. Kaiju Eli with a nice Deadeye. And that is going to be Prodigy Noobs taking the first point here on Oasis. They're 1 point away from clinching their spot into the championship.
Here, I saw the logic of Valhalla dropping, but it just gave Kaiju Eli like more, like, to be able to see everybody and get a bigger Deadeye, because he got both of them. They should have just stood their ground there.
It's possible that they were just getting really pressured by the damage from from...
No, they did. They definitely didn't get off of their own volition. They got forced off.
I honestly think what Valhalla should have done is when Sky Zord was walled off, they should have gone to him. He had no help whatsoever, but they just kind of left him just sit there near the wall. That was kind of a missed opportunity, I think.
Symmetra.
Yep, here it is, the Symmetra coming out from Sky Zord. No Sim on the side of Valhalla. There we go, Mexiguaya. Looking for the swings. It's a good move there from Cloud Lemon. Gives Hunter and Mexiguaya still trading swings here, and Sky Zordon is down. Pog on the off angle, but Eli able to take out Charles. That's a huge pick. Now PowerPoint takes out Cloud Lemon, but both of the picks are going back and forth. We do see Prodigy Noobs able to take the point first, but Kaiju Eli just continues to absolutely dominate right now. Unbelievable performance here right now from Kaiju Eli, as we are going to see Prodigy Noobs able to stabilize there.
And that was a very patient play from Mexi. He managed to survive that entire time despite being taking massive damage from PowerPoint on the Junkrat.
Oh no! Beant going down right off the bat. That is brutal. They do block the Shatter though, and not PowerPoint able to take down Mexiguaya. Here comes the tire from not PowerPoint. They're really committing to this. Only gets Sky Zord, but that is a nice pick to have. Kaiju Eli does have that Deadeye available. There's the Shatter coming out from BX Hunter. He's able to take out Kaiju Eli. It's still incredibly close. Now PowerPoint with 2 kills. There's the Immortality Field. Beant is back just in time to save BX Hunter and not PowerPoint. Teamfight still up for grabs as Sky Zordon is back here. Sleep Shake and Kaiju Eli have their ultimates ready, and Sky Zord able to take out not PowerPoint, and there's the Deadeye kill on WX Hunter from Kaiju Eli, and it looks like Prodigy Noobs are gonna turn this around. No, they infest Amplification Matrix as well.
How did Mexi stay alive for so long there? They just didn't focus him for whatever reason. It was nothing but him and Cloud Lemon on Lucio. He was wall riding.
So now here we go, final fight. If Prodigy Noobs wins this, they will clinch their spot in the finals, and Pog's already down! That's massive, there's the Graviton Surge! It's huge, that's a nice sound barrier from Charles, but is it gonna be enough? The Photon Barrier coming out from Sky Zordon. Kaiju Eli! He is coming in the clutch, and there's only one more person here. It's Charles! Pog gonna try and get there, but has to use the recall. Prodigy Noobs! They make it to the championship! Great performance by Prodigy Noobs. When all seemed lost on Hanamura after 2 consecutive full holds, they come back on the final 2 maps, and they move on, and unfortunately for Valhalla, it will be the 2nd season in a row that they will have to settle for being eliminated in the semifinals, but a great performance from them as well. It's unfortunate that one of these teams had to lose, and I do like seeing the Mexiguaya pin right at the end of that.
BX went for a bit of a ride.
Okay,
yeah,
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say what we're probably all thinking, that Kaiju really just carried after being put on DPS.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Oh, for sure. He is my pick for DPS MVP. I don't even think it's relatively close, especially after that last map. Not PowerPoint was very good, and so was Pog, but man.
Yeah, I think
unbelievable.
Kaiju completely gets it for me as well. And for support, dude, Stelbel was insane as well. Just consistently getting value every time on the Moira, on the Ana as well. Like, sheesh.
I would like to also shout out Charles there, though. That Zen on Hollywood was excellent. He won both of the maps he was in the first 4 maps, and he was playing as well as I think he could there on Oasis. He had some nice sound barriers, was making some good plays, but it just wasn't enough. And as for Tank, I feel like there wasn't as much of a standout on Tank tonight. But everyone had good performances. They just didn't. It doesn't fall out as easily because all of them had their moments.
Yeah, they all pretty much had the maps to themselves. You know, BX Hunter and Brow Daddy both on the Hanamura, both played insane there. Mexi on the Junkertown as well as this Oasis map. Like, I don't think I can pick a tank MVP.
I gotta be honest, I actually think that BX Hunter maybe was the slightly better main tank today. Mexi Aguaya was really good as well, but I don't know. I maybe am inclined to give the tank MVP to BX Hunter. He even was coming up with some plays on those final two maps. So,
I, I,
I mean, we still have the nominations to come in from the teams. I guess I probably shouldn't be discussing the
Yeah,
MVPs, but obviously.
from Valhalla we have Mexi and Cloud. Also, do you want to do interviews, Kirby, or
Oh,
not tonight?
Mexi and Cloud?
Yeah, that's their interviews.
Yeah, I would definitely be down to do interviews here. Yeah, Cloud Lemon does deserve a shout out to both of the supports for Prodigy Noobs were just fantastic tonight. Style Bell and Cloud Lemon just rock solid on support. Did they play every map?
Cloud, yes.
I think they both played
yeah, they both
all
played
maps.
They both played all maps.
And
Yeah, they were just rock solid there. Cloud Lemon definitely had the more flashy plays, you know, that boop on Oasis. Overall, just, you know, playing some BAP as well, I think. But Stelbel just really solid. I loved their Ana play throughout the series. Moira towards the end, just providing so much healing. That is a tough call for me. I think you almost have to.
They gave it to Mexi
Maybe.
and Cloud though, not Eli.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I guess they definitely, maybe they do respect Mexi and think that they won the main tank battle. I definitely think it was at least even, I think. Maybe BX Hunter didn't win the main tank battle, but I don't think Mexi won it either. I definitely think on those last two maps, it was the DPS that were the elevating point for these teams. I think Mexi Aguaya and BX Hunter were pretty even on those last two maps.
I think out of everybody here, Eli is like the standout MVP. Like if I
Yeah, for sure.
Overall, it's 100% Eli. Yeah, I agree. The tank matchup was relatively close when Mexi wasn't playing ball. I mean, yeah, and as far as between Cloud and Stow, I mean, I picked Stow, but there's also a very good argument for Cloud as well.
Oh man, and freaking Valhalla or Prodigy Noobs not agreeing with our choices either, nominating Brow Daddy and Beant. Like, oh man, that's pretty tough. Beant was very good as well. And the thing is I feel like I want to give Valhalla at least one MVP. If we give Prodigy Noobs all three, that won't really tell the full story of the game. Because remember, Valhalla was absolutely dominating them on Hollywood and Hanamura. You can't forget about that.
No, I agree, but like Valhalla, they all played well, but I don't think any of them like eclipsed what Prodigy Noobs did. Outside of maybe the only argument I can think of was PowerPoint. That's the only argument I can think of.
For DPS?
Yeah, just in general, like the only argument that stands up against Prodigy Noobs, I think, would be PowerPoint in any of their MVPs. The tanks were relatively even. The DPS were just outclassed for the most part, except for PowerPoint, and support's just again outclassed. I don't know.
This is a tough choice. I gotta be honest. I feel like no matter who we choose, there's probably gonna be some pushback. I'm definitely leaning towards Cloud Lemon and Eli for support and DPS. It's kind of between the tank MVPs that I'm kind of leaning, and I really am leaning towards one of these main tanks, either BX or Mexi Aguaya, honestly.
Oh man, that was a fun game though.
Yeah, it was, but
I do think we can probably go a little bit more towards BX Hunter. It felt like even though Mexi was doing as really good as always, BX was just a tiny bit
I think
like
the only
ahead.
time VX outclassed Mexi was when Mexi was on ball. And to be fair, he did play ball a good bit, but like in the Ryan matchup, Mexi was very rock solid on it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You almost gotta, like, it almost felt like Mexi was maybe a little bit of a liability for them on Hollywood and Hanamura. You know, maybe not being as coordinated with the dives as he could be on the Wrecking Ball. So, whereas BX Hunter, even on the maps that Valhalla lost, he was still coming up with great plays, and he was obviously probably the better tank on Hollywood and Hanamura. I think overall, consistently throughout the series, for me, I'd have to give it to BX Hunter personally. Mexiguaya, great on those last two maps, but also you can't forget Mexiguaya let that last shatter go on their defense. That kind of costed them a possible, hold on point C. They ended up winning the map anyway, so it's not like it's a huge deal, but, it definitely felt like Mexi wasn't quite as good, and I feel bad because I know I've been pronouncing Mexi's name wrong this entire night. I just cannot pronounce it correctly for the life of me. It's a Gia, yeah.
Aguila, yeah.
Aguila, yeah.
There you go, you got it.
So, I apologize, Mexi, if you watch this back. I'm sure you're cringing every time I mispronounce it, but I just feel like once I get a way of pronouncing a certain name, it just becomes hard for me to stop. Like, it took literally for me until like midway through season 4 to stop pronouncing Uravity's name as Uravity.
But it's not Uravity?
Is it not Uravity?
It's Uravity. That's how you pronounce like you.
There's an R though.
Uravity.
Anyways,
Uravity.
we do have brown ravioli waiting, so let's. Have we settled on BX Hunter for 10 MVP?
Yes, I think so.
So it'll be Brown and Ravioli Stain joining us for this interview.
Is Prodigy Noobs also going to come in for an interview?
They haven't said anything.
Okay.
I will ping Mexi. So I guess you probably invite them. See if there we go. And ravioli.
Jeez, I'm hungry. God.
Hello.
Yo.
Hello, Brow. There's Ravioli Stain.
Hello.
Hello. So, well, obviously tonight did not go the way you guys were hoping, but I do still want to congratulate you guys on a fantastic season. You know, finishing top 2 in the regular season, making it to the semifinals and having a close game. Still a lot to be proud of there. And for me, my first question is kind of just, what do you think was going right on Hollywood and Hanamura that didn't quite translate over into Junkertown and Oasis there at the end?
I think some of the comps we were playing worked really well with some of the calls we wanted to make. Like when we were running the dive on Hollywood, like Charles was like loud, very clear about the discords, and it seemed like we were all in sync on Hanamura. Just like one person sees, Farah or Junk or whoever right side, like Pog's got one shot and Takeover's got the other. So it just seemed like that was going a little bit better. I also think maybe some of the comps we were running, especially on those last 2 maps, essentially just Junkertown, weren't going as well as we would have wanted them to. But that's pretty much it. Like, I think it was such a close game. One fight goes one way, things are very different.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was pretty close on Junkertown there too. Anyone could have taken it after both teams captured all 3 points. So, my next question, I still need to think of. So if either of you two wanna think of a question, Tenchi or Kitty, go ahead.
I do have a question. It's also like in regards like some of the comp choices you guys played. So on Junkertown, you guys were on your second attack. You guys realized that you guys saw that they were playing a Mei, but you still stuck with the Ball Devo. Was there any particular reason for that, or was it just like we gotta get the point, let's go, try to get as far as we can?
I believe our thought process, or at least my thought process, was they would play the comp that they had at the beginning when they held us so long. So I assumed that they had the double snipers, and
I'll take over.
sorry about that.
Yeah.
You take over.
We thought they would stick with the double snipers because it was working well. We were not expecting the Mei. Why we stuck on that comp for so long? You know, that is a good question if you really think about it. But no, I said it was going to be the same game plan of like, Rav jumps in as Ball, slams, someone gets discorded, I finish up a kill. We got it close a couple times, even with the Mei, but I think obviously it's credit to Prodigy Noobs for staying so close together, and I mean, they're a strong team. They play the utilities, they play the Mei, they play the Sim, they play the Summer, they play those heroes so well. I mean, it was the same thing, like, they played that corner so well with the Rhine Sigma, and it seemed like whenever we would try to get something going, they would kite back. They did a good job of it tonight.
That's fair.
I did think of another question for you, and it's on the more positive side. I just kind of wanted to talk to you. You know, in the previous game, I told you how the integration of these White Walkers members has been going so far, and I just want to hear, like, overall, what do you think that was a what do you have to say for, you know, the White Walkers members? Like, I'm sure it's nothing but good things because they played well.
No, they're all trash. We hate them all. Raps can probably take this one as the team cap.
Yeah, I'd say it took a little bit for us to mesh to see who played what and who plays what well, and how they integrated with our team, just with some scrims and whatnot. I'd say their comms are just on point. They're, you know, there's never a quiet moment, I would say. So bringing them into the team, it really like helped us with some areas where we may have lacked, or, you know, just having different insight is always helpful. So, you know, bringing on what was it, 4 of them, it just brought so much more. You know, clearly they were the #1 seed team for a while because of their knowledge of the game, and I think that helped us quite a bit.
It was unfortunate not to see Reflex tonight. I did see him in chat. Obviously, was not able to make it. Does he like? What's the reason for that?
He is ill.
Oh, he's sick.
Yeah, you did
he's
say
ill.
it in
That
the
is
chat.
This is like the second game in a row we've had to have someone miss because they're like ill and sick. So like obviously we love Reflex. I think Reflex's presence could have been really helpful tonight. If he's still in chat, Reflex, feel better soon. We miss you, bud. But yeah, I guess he had some garlic bread that was not good.
Oh no.
Happens to the best of us. All I can say.
Yeah.
Well, we will say that we thought the tank line for Valhalla was very good tonight, and we actually did give tank MVP to BX Hunter, so still played
Nice.
valiantly without him, although definitely would have preferred him to be there. And honestly, that's kind of all I have in terms of questions. If any of you guys, Kitty or Tenchi, have a question?
I do have
I
one.
can go on.
Oh, go ahead. You
No,
wanna go?
you're good.
Okay,
No, I was just saying, I can go on. They were like common questions and whatnot, but yeah, good.
In Hanamura, you guys played really well. Like I brought it a couple of times during the game that having the people from White Walkers who used to be in a team with Sky Sword, it felt like they knew the spots where he would put the teleporter up, or they knew how he was gonna play. Because we saw that Sky Sword tried the Sim once and then switched, and then from there, Prodigy just kind of like fell apart a little bit.
Playing Mr. Heroes.
Yeah, that. So was it that, or was it you guys just like keeping an eye on it?
I think it was our collective knowledge of Prodigy, Noobs, and Skysword, and knowing how Symmetra heavy their comps tend to lean. And so we knew immediately they're gonna TP first point, and if they don't cap first point with that, they're gonna stop off. I think every scrim we've had, they've run a TP, a sim TP someplace, and you know, 2CP is the map to run Symmetra Teleporter, because if it works, it works. If it doesn't, you swap and do something else. But it works often. So we were, I think we were assuming that would be the case.
And my only other question is, knowing you're facing Skysword, is that why you guys chose these icons? All sim? I can feel Charles' motivation being there.
No comment.
We like to have fun with it. This might be one of those times.
Alright, well that was it for me. If Tenchu, you have any more questions or...
Oh, no, I just want to say, you know, good games tonight, guys, and a really good season overall.
Thank you.
Next season, when you guys are, you know, up and running again, and you know we get things going, I can't wait to roll you guys. So we'll see.
Oh my god.
I'll keep that in mind.
Watch them words, boy.
That was a good game. It was very fun to
Thank
watch.
you, guys.
Yep.
Thank you.
Congrats to Prodigy Noobs. They're a heck of a team, and it's going to be a heck of a game whoever they're playing in the finals.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so I think that's it, and we'll bring in the kids from
Cool.
Prodigy Noobs. So,
Thanks for casting,
day.
y'all. Take it
It was
easy.
fun. Yeah, of course, a lot of
Thanks,
fun.
guys. Thanks.
Always love to cast those close map 5s.
Alright, we're gonna come in, and I'm just gonna trash the Prodigy. All right.
Oh my god.
How could you? You destroyed Valhalla's dreams. No, I'm just kidding.
No, Prodigy was supposed to lose. All right. This is what I had my money
Oh
on.
my
Prodigy.
god, just because you're salty about them doesn't mean that they...
They played Sim against me. All right.
So, has Ares joined the... He must be in party chat, or...
Probably. Team chat. There it is.
There he is. Hi, Middle Ares.
Hi, friends.
Are you gonna be the only representative for...
I
Prodigy
think
Noobs?
so.
Okay.
My team's a little happy right now, so. I think...
Well, obviously, and I was gonna start off by saying congratulations, a heck of a game there from so many of your members to let you know we gave Eli DPS MVP and Cloud Lemon support MVP, so both of them, we loved
and
their
they
gameplay
deserve it so
today.
much.
Yeah. So, obviously, you only played the first 2 maps, correct?
The second and the third. The losing
Second and the
maps.
third. So, and the reason I asked that is I guess you weren't in to hear the comms on map 4 and 5, but how do you think the team responded after struggling so much on Hanamura to come back on Junkertown and close out the series like they did? What do you think were the adjustments that were made, like internally and between comms and team compositions and whatnot?
We knew we needed to work on our mental fortitude, and so that's what we've really been focusing on, especially for this game. And so me, Boss, and Mexi as the management team, like, we really are trying to build the team up, and it's really easy with our team because we have so many positive team building players on the team as well. So we just don't let the mental game get to us.
Yeah, that's good. And so obviously in the championship now, gonna have to battle both teams that, you know, you actually did lose to in the regular season, obviously. Definitely some new pieces since those two games, but I do want to ask you, who are you hoping to see in the championship? Who would you like to battle?
Oh man, I feel like they're both so strong. It's a hard question. I would love to play I Need Healing because we have a lot of friends on that team. But of course we would love to play Stardust because they are at the top and we would love for the underdogs to make it out on top.
Yeah, for sure, and you can even look in the regular season, the game against Stardust was actually a little bit closer. That one went to map 5.
Absolutely. That was a fun game.
Yeah. And honestly, like, that was a uncharacteristic performance on a control map there for you guys. And again, tonight, what do you think makes you so strong on these control maps? You have been really good at them all season, and you won them both tonight. What do you think makes you so strong on those maps?
I think the heroes that our team excels at just really cater to control. And so that's why, like, Zordon was such a great pickup for us. I mean, I feel like our hero pool just really caters to control. And I think that obviously translates onto stream, and, like, everybody notices that as well as you guys.
So those are the questions I have. What about you, Tenchi and Kitty?
I had a question in regards to Hanamura.
Oh no.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not Hanamura.
Yeah. So you guys came out on Lijiang. You looked really strong.
Right.
You slipped a little bit on, I forgot what the second map was.
Hollywood.
Yeah, you slipped on that map, but then on Hanamura, it looked like you guys had just completely fallen apart at that point. Like you guys were like actually playing mystery heroes. Can I ask, like, what was going on there? Like,
Yeah,
why
I think
did comms completely break down?
I think, you know, just like with any team, like, we have good maps and we have bad maps. Hanamura was just not obviously our stronger map. But I mean, look how well we rebounded. Like,
That's very fair. You guys did, so I'll give you that.
I think. Go ahead, guys.
Okay.
Sorry. What?
Go ahead, take it.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask, because this is what I thought you were gonna ask, Tenchi, is why did you immediately swap off the sim on Hanamura after only one fight? Did you feel like they just had the counter comp, or what were you thinking about with that?
I just think we got into our heads, honestly.
Yeah.
We let them play the game that they wanted to play. You know, Noobs and we have a standard comp, obviously, that we like to run on Hanamura, and it usually works for us. And tonight we could tell that they had prepared really well for that, and so that got into our head. So we decided to immediately swap because we were like, okay, they know what we're doing, so now we need to show them something that they don't know what we're doing.
So I actually have another question for you, and that was kind of the ballsy pick of Junkertown. You guys knew that not PowerPoint really did well on Hollywood there, on that Widow. Did you take that into account when picking that map, or did you feel like it was one of your strongest maps and you knew you could turn it around on that map?
Look, we knew that we had to be very strategic about picking our maps, of course, especially knowing that Escort is such a heavy hit scan map, and obviously PowerPoint is a god on hit scans. So what it really came down to is we just do really well in Junkertown, and we thought, let's find out who's the better hit scan players. And tonight, it happened to be us.
Yeah, Sky Zordon really stepped up to the task on that map, definitely getting a lot of value. You know, we immediately went to Kaiju Eli for MVP because both of the final two maps he played were excellent, but Sky Zordon also had a great series as well, and you could even argue matched PowerPoint on that Widow. So Yeah,
Oh, absolutely.
again, I think that that's kind of all I have. Tenchi, Kitty, if you have any more questions, go ahead.
No, I have a small child screaming at me, so.
I have a question, but I wanted to give you the same warning that I gave Valhalla.
Oh my god.
You know, next season once it kicks off, you pass a message on to Mexi that I'm gonna roll him. All right.
Oh, I will do that.
All
I
right,
don't. I mean, I don't know if that'll happen, but I'll definitely pass on the message.
I was gonna say, I'm really hoping that Mexia Guaya maybe climbs and doesn't play in Tier 3 anymore. He's
No,
been absolutely insane. I'm gonna miss him.
Yeah, I think he's gonna rise to the occasion, definitely. I think a lot of people in Tier 3 are too scared to move on to Tier 2, but one thing about Mexi and why he makes such a great captain is he's not going to downplay himself.
Yeah, overall, it was a very good game to watch as well as cast. Good job to you guys for winning that.
Thank you so much. Thanks for casting, guys.
Very fun, and it's always our pleasure. Again, congratulations, and
thank you so much.
Can't wait to see you guys in the finals.
Me too. Hey. Okay, thanks guys. Have a good night.
You too.
Well, I think that's all the loose ends we need to tie up. Got all our MVPs, BX Hunter, Eli, and Cloud Lemon. Got all our interviews done.
So if anybody
one more plug, or a couple more plugs. Remember, Thursday is the other semifinals game, I Need Healing versus Stardust Crusaders. I'm excited for that one as well. Don't miss it. And of course, the moment you've all been waiting for, the Tier 2 Championship on Sunday, I believe, at 7 p.m. Let me make sure I'm not incorrect about that.
7:30 p.m. CST.
7:30 p.m. on Sunday. Make sure to watch that game. Throwing for Content, Iconic Noobs. Man, wouldn't it be a heck of a story if both Noobs organizations were able to win the championship? That'd be, I think, the first time we've seen that in the Overwatch Oasis League, where both teams of the same kind of organization able to win. So definitely some storylines there. Make sure to mark that in your calendars and tune in. And with that, I think we're gonna call it a night. Thank you guys so much for watching.
I go night night. It's midnight.
Good night.